Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Gimmick. This is an exciting time because we are starting. I know Royal Rumble is the road, but we're starting the road to the like Michael Cole, so the road to WrestleMania season. And we've done the Gimmick twice now for two WrestleManias. The first year was great. The second year was a rocky road to Dublin, so that's why WrestleMania season always is interesting to talk about. Which we're going to do today. I'm the Canadian Nightmare, Trust now. I'm joined by the podcast general, David. How's it going, David?
So far, so good in snowy time here in the Midwest. But other than that, keeping warm.
Yeah, good, good. S-Bubs, you're in Florida, so I think you're okay, right?
Yeah, we haven't had it's been getting cold for us here comparatively, but definitely
What's cold to a Floridian? Because it was -5 here the other day. So what's cold to a Floridian?
cold as Floridian is I'd say like 40 or lower is like cold to a Floridian.
Okay, there you go. Have you ever been to in your travels? Have you ever been to somewhere big snowstorm or like in Canada where it's like a -40? Have you?
Well, I've been to Seattle a bunch of times because I was
Right.
family there,
We
and
talked
I've
about
had
that.
I think one day it even snowed like right on Christmas. But the thing that always happens when we go to Seattle, my family always says like it's always raining in Seattle, but every time we go, like the week that we're there, or whatever, it never rains. Which is, but I have seen snow, and I have been to like Alaska and stuff, and like on a
Nice.
glacier and stuff like that. But I like the cold, so it's nice to get it around here.
Mhm.
But a lot of time, and here in Florida, it's like it'll be cold, but it'll literally be like 2 days cold, 2 days back to like 85 degrees, and then 2 days cold again. Like it's just very random. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, well, I hope everyone out there, especially where you guys are getting the storms in America, I hope you guys are safe. Hope everyone's packed up and whatnot. And yeah, we'll talk about that on Trust Told You this week as the box office is fucking just cratered because no one's going outside to see any movies. Not that anyone's going to see murder stuff, but yeah, I hope everyone is safe out there for a litany of reasons. And yeah, today is going to be, we're talking this off here, pretty much a WWE heavy show. So if you're a big AEW mark, April, you can probably skip this episode. But we will talk about a little bit of the back half because we got Hobbs coming over, and if anything comes out throughout, we will. But we're going to be doing our draft final shakeup because we're near the last 2 months, which we'll explain in a second. We're going to talk about Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about Saturday Night's Live on the January 24th show. We're going to talk about some other topics here and there, Unreal a little bit, and then whatever comes up. But yeah, the Royal Rumble is upon us, so some big changes might happen, might not happen. I'm not sure. So, S-Bubs, do you have the current tally of our draft system? If people don't know, it works like a fantasy football thing where we, at the beginning of the year, drafted 11 superstars, 10 for points. One is a jobber that we want to lose, and it's based off of title wins and Rumble wins or appearances. There's a whole litany of point system we have, but we end ours at the Chamber because this podcast started a couple of weeks before WrestleMania. So that's why WrestleMania is the kickoff to our new year. So we got about 2 more months right now. So this is our last time that we can drop or pick up anybody. So I suppose, what's the current rankings right now if you have those?
Well, right now I just have to put in the last few matches of Saturday Night's main event.
So then what
like
I will read off the current picks right now. I'm pretty sure I got updated because it says I updated this early January. So right now, where we got David right now. You got Cody Rhodes, Stephanie Vakir, Chelsea Green, LA Knight, Bronson Reed, Stephanie Stratton, Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill, Finn Balor, Dragon Lee, and then your jobber of the year right now is.
That one's wrong. He has Ilya instead of Dragon Lee.
Oh, I probably just put Dragon, so that's my bet. So you got Dragon Lee. Sorry, Ilya's back on the market, David now. And then your job of the year, which I'm sure is going to change right now, is Carmelo Hayes, who's just going overtime to make sure you don't get those points. Currently, I have Rhea Ripley, Braun Breaker, Charlotte Flair, Jey Uso, Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan, Roman Reigns, Drew McIntyre, Lyra Valkyria, Sami Zayn, and my jobber is The Miz. And then S-Bubs has John Cena, which I'm assuming he's saying goodbye to today, Gunther, Penta, Io Sky, Chris Jericho, which we'll get an update from him later on, CM Punk, AJ Styles, and Roxanne Perez. And I didn't have it. Who did you have as your jobber, S-Bubs? I didn't have that written down.
I have JD McDonough.
Right, always a classic pick there. Yeah, JD.
I think like I'd rather have. I don't want the. Well, I was gonna say the Solo Sikoa situation, but now I think we're gonna call it the Carmelo Hayes situation, where I think getting no
Yeah.
points from your jobber is better than getting negative points every week.
Absolutely. He's the best jobber we've ever had, which thank goodness, that's great for him. But yeah, so that's what's going to happen. We're going to drop some. Obviously, David will drop first. So, David, on your list, if you want to, is there anybody that you're dropping before the Rumble in the Chambers? Your last chance.
I'm only dropping my jobber.
You're only dropping that. That makes sense to me. So, okay, so you got that going on. And then, let's see here. Yeah, I'll go because Espo's still tallying. I think I'm dropping one. I really don't have. I don't know. I think I'm dropping one, but I'm pretty happy with my list right now. Like Rhea Ripley, always a contender to win Rumble. Braun Breaker, Charlotte Flair, Jey Uso, Becky Lynch, like all people doing stuff. Liv Morgan, Roman, like Roman, I'm keeping up there for the Chamber Rumble. Has to happen. Drew's doing good for me. I got a match with Sammy. So the only one is Lyra Valkyria, which is like I know she still wrestles and picks up wins here and there, but just I don't see, unfortunately for her, anything big on the horizon. So if I don't get one of my picks, I might just re-pick her up again. But I just don't see anything big happen for even at Mania. Like I think there's a good chance she might not even be on the card. I think there's a chance that her and Bailey are in like a multi-woman tag thing, or it's just yeah, she's on the SmackDown before WrestleMania SmackDown. Because yeah, I just don't know. It's just I feel like a lot of momentum's lost there. So I'm gonna just drop Lyra for now, but I might welcome her back in about 10 minutes. We'll see. So unless someone swoops her, I don't know. That's the way the draft works. You never know. But S-Bubs, obviously you got to keep John Cena, right? Because you never know. What if they big surprise at the Royal Rumble? Could you imagine? That's the 30. That's the 30 comes and wins it. But obviously you're dropping Cena. You're dropping anybody else?
New 6 retirement tour shirt.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely dropping Cena. The problem is I have a bunch of people. Like I have a list of a bunch of people I want, but there's a bunch of people. Well, there's actually okay, definitely Cena. Because there's a few that I was considering dropping, and then they started like doing good again. So I'm like, maybe I don't want to drop this person. Like I'll say like Penta, I was close to dropping, but now he's like, now he's just destroying these Vision guys. Every week. So I think I'm gonna keep him. But for drop,
what's the Jericho situation? He's still just that hope.
I'm all in. I need that.
I need Tony to draw that Chris Jericho's all in again graphic, and I don't want him to be in AEW, but to win me, like Jericho is the thing keeping me from like he's the thing that could get you above me because we're about what like 100 150 difference maybe a little less now after
like 70 difference.
See 70 difference, and what Jericho he's 100 right because that would be a legendary return. So I would just have to. I think the only chance I got here, which luckily I got Rhea Ripley and Liv, who are the two current favorites to win the Women's Royal Rumble, and I got Roman and Braun, who are the two current favorites to win the Men's Royal Rumble. So if both my picks win the Rumble, I think I'm covered. That can stop Jericho from running Ayatollah on me. But Jericho, that's a risky one. So Jericho's staying, eh?
Yeah, I think, and we'll talk about it later. I'm gonna drop AJ.
Whoa! You're not gonna get one last point for him?
No, I need people getting more points.
Wow, that's interesting.
Cutthroat business I'm running here.
You really think he's retiring there? Hey, it's
Nakamura leaked it.
He did not. I'd be so fucking pissed if I was Triple H. It's just like for a week, stay quiet. Like don't say anything. Like it's just like it's so odd. And even then too, I think retroactively WWE kind of wishes I know we're gonna drop it. They kind of wish they didn't say anything because Michael's hyping up this match. He's like, well, AJ Styles said he was gonna retire in 2026, but like he didn't think it'd be this early. It's like they should never said anything. I know we know as the online people, but for the other people, it's like it just feels weird. Of like, well, he's already leaving. Like it's not as big a deal. But okay, AJ and John Cena are back on the market. David, if you want to put in John Cena as your job of the year, you got that. But any other?
I'm gonna drop. Wait, who is this? I accidentally deleted it. Oh, Asuka. I'm gonna drop Asuka.
Gonna drop Asuka. Okay, Asuka. So 3 drops. My goodness. Okay.
Because I need space for people I want. I am gonna drop my jobber too.
You can drop JD. Oh my god! Wow. Okay.
I
Yeah.
might
See.
I might redraft him,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna drop him for now.
Okay. So David, who are you? Because you have to go first. Who are you replacing as your jobber for the next 2 months?
I almost went with Matt Cardona just because I have no faith that they are going to use him properly. I mean, man's been on an indie run of a lifetime, and I feel like they're bringing him in just to job and to ride with Chelsea. But I am going to go with Johnny Gargano.
Johnny Gargano. Oh, Ciampa's gone, and he has no faith. He's just putting people over. Okay. All right, S Bubs. You got 4 picks, obviously 1 jobber and then 2 regulars. What are you going with first?
I think I'm gonna go with my regular pick, and this is gonna be another 100-pointer right here. I'm going with Royce Keys.
Oh
Powerhouse
boy. You think it's gonna happen at the Rumble, eh?
I mean, it doesn't need to happen at the Rumble. It could be any time
Right.
between now and Elimination Chamber, and I'd still get those points. So
Because that's just like a day. That's a what is it? What is the
I have
terms
it
of
in
it
the
again?
rules. It's right here: Legend return or WWE debut.
WWE debut, right? Yeah. Because I was just trying to think of anybody to counteract that, but I miss
Yeah,
Grace.
like you can draft like I don't know, the Undertaker, and if he shows up in the Rumble, you get a.
It's always a
you
chance.
get
He's got to get ready for Saudi. He is Saudi Arabia. He might lace him up. Yeah, that's the problem because I had a feeling you get Hobbs, and that's why I was trying to think of anybody. You might have somebody. I was trying to think of anybody else that's like on the market that would debut. Oba doesn't count because he's already wrestled in WWE, right? With the certain main events.
NXT call-ups don't count.
Right. So that's the problem. It's like I can't think of anybody that they're gonna sign and bring over. So I try to think about that. So I think for now I'm gonna take the opposite. I'm gonna go and I'm a big proponent of them. Big thing in GMO, which I will announce. GMO will be back February. What did we say? It was the 7th, right?
7th.
I think. Yeah, 7th, 1:30 p.m. PST. Finally, we're gonna finish the season, and then after, we're no matter what still gonna do the best of 5 of wrestling. The next season will determine what happens with 2K26. So TBD on that, but for sure we're finishing season 3, and then we're gonna do our, even if it's just for bragging rights, we're gonna do our best of 5 there. But I think I will just go with Carmella Hayes with David's drop. I just think that he's going to get me more than Lyra. I think there's a good chance he could hold that until Mania. He might lose it there, but I don't have to worry about that right now. I just don't, like, he'll be in the Rumble, and I don't think he'd lose it till the Chamber. And even then, I don't think he's going to lose the Chamber. So I think I'll just, right now, I'm in the situation where I need to have safe picks, because, like I said, I think I got a lot of good, unless something goes wrong, I think I got a lot of good Rumble potential people, so I don't want to risk making any moves. Royce was a good pick, but for me, I got potential good people there. So, because Rumble's a 50, or what do we decide on Rumble again?
For
Or is that
winner,
100?
it's 100.
Yeah, that's 100. Yeah, so I got to keep those 4 there. So just gonna put Carmella in for Lyra because I just don't know what she's gonna be doing next little bit. So all right, so that's all. The floor is yours now. You got 2 more picks and a jobber. Yeah, all the picks. What you got cooking?
Right. Well, for Jobber, obviously, I have to go Kit Wilson. He was who I was gonna pick. I almost picked him over JD last time, and now I definitely have to take
it. I thought about that though, but is he not? I thought about dropping Miz and do that, but is he not gonna get a push down? People are liking the song. He's getting pops.
I feel like he's still gonna just lose. Well, I don't know. The supposed leak from WrestleMost. That was like they see him as like the next Heath Slater. Was the report where he can just be funny and lose to everyone.
But but you never know. Heath Slater did get that big run with Rhino, so you never know when that's coming. But yeah, it'll be very telling to me when he has that match with Matt Cardona. What they do, I think there's a good chance Matt Cardona can legitimately lose it. Yes, I could. And if that happens, I feel so bad for Matt. It's like, man, you just sign up just to be like an enhancement talent guy. But hopefully not. Hopefully maybe he gets a good Rumble showing or something. I don't know. But
yeah.
Okay.
Kit Wilson. I think I'm gonna take Oba.
Yeah. I think he'll have a good Rumble showing. I thought about it too. I just didn't know when he was like fully debuting, and I worried he was gonna get like more.
Has to, like Rumble feels like the right place to do it. Like, I don't think they'd save his debut for after the Rumble if they've been doing
Yeah.
it before.
If it wasn't the Rumble, that'd be very odd to start with these vignettes. So, but I just wonder too, is it one of those situations where he like goes in the Rumble and then after for a few weeks he's still getting vignettes? I don't know, but I hope it's Rumble and then he's on the main roster. So, okay, who's next?
I just have my last one. I'm torn here. There's a lot of good people I want. But I can't decide who's gonna be used more. Really, I think. I think I'm gonna go with Javon.
Javon, okay. Who was your? Because none of us gonna draft. Who was the other one you were debating against?
I was between Javon, Trick, and Jordan.
Yeah, I think with Jordan you never know because you get that secondary title. And Trick, I think, I think he'll be around wrestling, but I don't think he's winning anything major, anything like time soon. Even though he's got good aura going on, so
he'll be in the hunt, but not winning anything.
Yeah, no, not yet, unless there's a bunch of injuries. Yeah, what are the points now? Yeah,
so David has 576 points. I have 893 points.
Okay.
And Travis has 962 points.
Okay. David, you got to blame Carmelo. I mean, he hit the roster a lot there.
Man, a lot of negative points.
Also, I forgot. I need to do the. I completely forgot to do where we picked like the random numbers and stuff for the Rumble.
Right. Yeah. And then did we? Yeah. And I can't remember last year. Did everyone get 1 point for eliminations? I thought we did some gimmick like that. Yeah. Okay. So random number. Yeah, we can do that now. Because they were doing.
If I remember, I think what I did last year was. Okay. Yeah, I have it. I still have it written down. I have notes with a bunch of the stuff. So what I did last year was I gave everyone 5 random numbers. So that way, there's still some numbers that we might not have.
Right.
And then you would get 10 points if someone from one of your numbers won either men's or women's Rumble.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have the wheel. We could do the wheel.
Do the wheel.
30 numbers in there.
Let's see here. Oh, did we randomly get assigned those numbers?
I did. I randomly picked 5 numbers.
Right. Okay. So I'll get. You randomly picked. Wait a second.
I did a wheel spin with like 30 numbers.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, there you go. Okay, I can get that wheel going. So I'll throw to you guys first for Rumble predictions, and then I'll have the wheel going. So we will do that. So we got the draft. So I'll get that in a second. So David, I'll throw to you. What do you feel about the men's Rumble right now? Obviously, we talked about before where there's lots of we're gonna talk about everything with Saturday Night's main events, but like. It's been interesting where a couple months ago, like December, November, we did the Survivor Series cast, and that's where it's like, okay, a bunch of we got the face down with Roman and Cody, and then even Meltzer and other people like, yep, that's the WrestleMania plan. They're doing number 3. And then in the middle, sound like, that's kind of up in the air. And now it sounds like every scooper's like, you know what, that's not happening for whatever reason. Some people say they couldn't come to a creative conclusion. Some people say that, Triple H felt it was a fatigue to do that match again, even though the rumored match is Cody and Drew, which doesn't make sense. I feel like I feel like that first reason of they just couldn't creatively, and I think we kind of talked about that, that's going to be hard. So right now it does feel like we're getting rumors of Drew and Cody, but on the Raw side, nothing. And as we've seen with Unreal and last year, the main event scene can change all the time. So what are you feeling right now, Dave, with the men's Royal Rumble and the situation there?
The men's is probably the hardest for me to predict right now. Everything just seems so up in the air, and it all hinges on what they do with Braun Breaker, because right now I have it down to either him or Roman winning. I'm leaning towards Braun Breaker, but they could also put him in. They could scramble and throw together another World Heavyweight title match with him and Punk, even though they just had that on the first Raw of the new year. They could go back to that well. But right now, I have Braun Breaker winning it all, and that'd be his catapult.
Okay. Do you have any particular men's surprises or that you'd want? Anybody? Because also we're getting lots of, and I feel like now with the NXT's call up coming before it would have been like, okay, we're gonna get Javon, we're gonna get Oba, that'd be their debut, and then they're on the roster, or it's mini after. But I feel like now with us getting a lot of NXT people, I actually, especially with it being Saudi as well, I don't expect too many like Surprise, surprise. Like I know SBUBs have. I legitimately don't think they're doing Jericho because I don't. I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna save it. That would be the place, but they've always said that the reason they won't do big surprises is because it's hard to sneak over anybody to Saudi Arabia, right? So I don't know. Maybe they just announce it this week. I don't know. But is there anybody that you have kind of marked for that?
It's going to be super hard for them to do big surprises. I do think that they will lean heavily on NXT and TNA in order to fill that gap. So I do think that you will have at least 1 or 2 TNA people. They do have a chance
Mr.
to
Elegance?
do something. Nope. Absolutely more hilarious than that and use Trey Miguel.
Oh boy,
That would be fucking
I was gonna say,
hilarious.
you two have predicted Moose in the Rumble for like the last 2 years.
he didn't this year at least. Yeah, Moose ain't getting that call. Yeah, Trey Miguel would be something. Yeah,
That would just be a hilarious FU to AEW. I could see them being that petty. Obviously, they don't care about people's past, as evident by them bringing Brock Lesnar back. So
yeah,
I think that
he can draw though. You know,
yeah, that could be a hilarious thing. More so, I see like Leon Slater being someone that they plug in there. You know, one of those guys that they like because he can do the bouncy spots along with Javon. So
that's just a regular employee by now, you know. Well, I was gonna say because I guess right they're watching Javon for just a concussion, but we're assuming he should hopefully still be good to go. I imagine, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean,
they're definitely
it might
using
not
him for
be
some
a
Rumble
fun-
spots.
Yeah, it may. I feel like it's 50-50 because literally last year Dakota got like a concussion scare, like,
Right.
but hers was because Javon is technically 2 weeks. I think hers was like the week of the Rumble, and then she wasn't in it. So.
Right. Okay. So yeah, no, I guess we'll have to see there. So yeah, and then who do you think David would be? Because they do this every year. Actually, I'll give you 2. Who do you think? Also, we don't know the whole field. I'll say I hate these Rumble graphics. The whole like. Especially with the women, they have 4 slots. Last night they didn't have enough announced, so it was like Jordan, Charlotte, Alexa, and then it was just blank. It's like throw anybody up there. Like there's nobody. It just looks like it's like unprepared in that way. Like I don't love these graphics. I don't like anything about these graphics so far. But David, I'll ask you, who do you think would be the standout? So the person that always like the most eliminations or big spots, and then who do you think would be the Iron Man in the men's for now?
I think Iron Man is going to be Braun Breaker. I think they're going to bring him out early and let him have just a show. But I don't think he's going to get the most eliminations. I think he's just going to be the one who lasts the most and has like memorable spots. He's going to have memorable eliminations, but not the most eliminations. I think the most eliminations they would probably use like a Bronson Reed or somebody like that. One of these big guys of division, but who aren't going to be. We know there's no way in hell that they're winning.
Theory, also Theory get the most big highlight for him. He's the Iron Man.
He's breaking a record, but he's breaking Santino's record.
The quick, yeah. Roman's gonna big dog spear him out of the ropes, and Roman, you know, he landed on his feet. He's fine, you know.
Yeah.
But for me, I think. Like, who's gonna be the stand? Well, because I think it's different being the standout and being like the Iron Man.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I said like the standout to me is either like eliminations or a big spot, and then Iron Man's who's in there the longest. So yeah. That's why. So it doesn't have to be eliminations, but it's just
it feels like standout, and he's in it. I could see Javon like doing some like crazy spots for like an Iron Man. I could see like, I think there's a world where like Gunther goes like. If he like retires AJ and then is like number 1 in the Rumble or something like that.
Is he confirmed in the Rumble though yet?
He said, well, the whole thing why he wanted to wrestle AJ was he said, I'm gonna be in the Rumble 100%, and I'll only do double duty to wrestle you if you agree to put your career on the line.
Right.
So
okay.
He's in the Rumble.
Yeah. Okay. So because I didn't see that full promo, so he is in there. Yeah. I guess there's a world. I guess the only reason I'm iffy on Gunther is because they did that with him once.
Take a break and he comes out at like 28.
well, yeah, that too. They did that one with Gunther. Remember when Cody won his Rumble the first time? Yeah. He was that. So I feel like he's more the halfway point.
Pick would just be like Ilya. I don't know why. I feel like he would just last.
That's
like
a good
30
one.
minutes or something.
Because honestly, I didn't have an Iron Man yet. I was gonna pitch and make it Carmelo Hayes, but like Ilya actually is like. he's a perfect number 2 or 1 entrance that's in there till the final 6, final 4, and he tossed him out. So I like that one. I'll try and think of another one. I think for me, I was surprised none of you guys said Oba's getting the massive spotlight in this Rumble. They're gonna make him look like a
he's
beast.
The most eliminations.
Yes,
I would say I think I could see Brock having the most eliminations up to a certain point, and then Oba eliminates him, and then he gets the most eliminations or something like that. If Brock gets 4 and Oba gets 5 or something like that.
Yeah, with Brock, you just never know when they put him in there because they've done those multiple Rumbles where he's in there alone and he just gets some eliminations for a while, or it's he's in quickly for 2 minutes, throws 3 guys over, then he's out. So it's you could legitimately see a Rumble where Brock eliminates 8 guys or just 1 guy. You never know what they're going to do with them. I feel like this is a more 1 guy year because they have Bronson, they got Oba, they got Braun. I think he's going to come in and he's going to German the fuck out of everybody. I think you'll see a lot of Germans in F5s, but I think he's going to get eliminated. And it's just a question of, we've talked about this now where we'll get to Nakamura and all this stuff, but it definitely seems like AJ's done, unless this is a great shoot work tweet or post by Knock. But I think he's done, and I think I agreed with your pitch when people started talking about Espo's Brock might be settling down next year. It's okay, so he'd probably do Gunther and Brock next year. I still don't know how I feel about Brock and Oba at Mania, because I feel like Oba has to win that, and then that's less for Gunther. I don't know, so I'm very curious of when they place Brock in here. I'm going to say near the 20, because I feel like, oh God, they're going to run back a Roman Brock stare down. I know that's going to happen. They're going to think it's as big deal as us for always. So, but yeah, for Iron Man, I'm trying to think. That's been my toughest thing. I've been trying to think who's newer in there. Because Ela would be the pick. It's not going to be Trick. I don't think Trick's getting that treatment. I don't know if he's ready to run the ball as the Iron Man yet.
I could see Braun as a Iron Man.
He could. I could see him coming at 1 or 2, somewhere in there. And before I go, S-Pups, who do you have win right now? David's got Braun. Where are you feeling?
I think I'm on the Roman train, especially if it's going to be him and Punk, which is what I kind of feel like. Because I've changed, I said Braun last week. I think I'm on the train that Seth's coming back before Mania.
Seth is the other Brock Lesnar curveball in here, and that's why, hey, I've been saying this for a while. I've been saying the big dog's going to win a Rumble, and I'm keeping the big dog. The only reason is now, I think if the Cody and Roman thing was locked, and I think that's why Braun was the early favorite, because I think they thought, well, we'll do that, and then we'll give Braun the big Rumble win, and he'll do Punk or whatever. But I think because that's up in the air, at least for some reason, if Roman wins the Rumble, and a month from now they come together and be like, you know what, actually, we're going to do Cody and Roman. It's you can go either way with Roman, right? You could do Roman Punk, or you could do Roman Cody, where as much as I actually would love Braun and Cody, I think that's a really interesting pairing. The whole Steiner Rhodes thing, that easily could be a Mania main event. I just don't see them making that jump. And I agree with you that I think now, unfortunately for Braun, he's going to take the back seat. He's going to go, I think he's going to, not the back seat, but he's going to be with Seth, which is still, how would you guys feel about, because I was watching Unreal and they were talking about all this stuff and talking about bringing Bronson up and Braun and everything, and I feel like because Braun's cool, would you guys think it'd be a 2 out of the realm swerve if Seth were to come back and the group were to kick Braun out and replace him with Seth and use it almost a reason hey, Braun couldn't beat Punk, we thought he could be the guy? Because I think we've said this before, and just watching Unreal brought this up again to me. It's I don't think people are gonna be dying to cheer Seth Rollins when he gets back. He'll get a pop when he gets back, but at Mania, people are gonna be barking. I don't think they're gonna, and that's where to me it would be safer to Batista him. It's you know what? Use as a reason. Paul Heyman thought you were ready, you weren't. You failed against Punk, Seth didn't, and that's where it's even Austin Theory has the ties to Seth Rollins already. Bronson Reed and stuff has some ties. That's to me what they should do, because I just feel and you can get Braun as a heel later, but people, it's Trick. People want to cheer Braun right now. They want to bark. They love this fucking genetic freak guy. And where Seth, it's they're gonna cheer for a little bit, and then we said before Seth was kind of getting bland as a babyface. It's he just goes right back to that. So do you guys think there's any chance they could run that, or do you think Seth is just coming back? They're gonna force feed the babyface thing and hope that the crowd goes with it.
I think Seth stays still heel.
God damn it. Okay, I was trying. That's my pitch. Triple H, if you're out there listening, give Braun the hot hand because that'd be a fun swerve though, right? Because if he comes back and gets that pop, and you think that's happened, and it's Seth facing down the Vision, and then from behind, Theory and Reed just take out Braun, and you get the whole Evolution turn on him. Like, I don't know. Because I just don't even know. Also, after the fact, like once Seth's done with Braun, what do you even do with Seth? You know, like. I don't know. I have nothing for him to do. Who are you putting him with?
Well, I said Punk, but
oh yeah, you could do that run. And plus, the other reason I thought they do the heel thing is don't they still want to do like the Punk and Seth blow off too? Right? Eventually, like they never got to do the full Seth as a heel, Punk as a face. Like I'm telling you, I'm not saying it's out of the realm possible. I'm saying there's a chance. You know. Telling you there's a chance. So. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anybody else for the Ironmans, but okay, so I do have the numbers here, so I will bring up the wheel generator. David, you're gonna go first. So I suppose write these down. These are David's number for the Rumble. So in the men's or women's, if he has anyone wins from these spots, gets a nice 10 points there. Is it 10 points?
Yeah.
That's pretty like low.
A fifth of a Rumble win.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess that's true. So you got number 21.
All right.
Because I don't want like to be like a huge amount as if like
that's fair. It is a luck thing. Yeah, it is luck. It's not us picking. That's fair. Oh, he almost got the first one. I actually think with men that's a good number because I think Roman's coming in that back 25 and he's going to win. I think 28 could be a good option there for you. So, all right. So you got 21, 20. He's got some of the high numbers here so far. Oh my God. Jeez.
Oh, number one, please.
Oh, it stopped. He's got 21, 28, and 30. Okay, we need a Iron Man win here. And Roman's not doing that. Let's see. Here we go. Number 10. Okay, good. More in the middle there for you. Well, that's good for us. Not for you. I don't know if there's been a winner at 10. That seems like a weird number. Okay, there we go. We're getting some more low balls. And 13. Okay, so you got 21, 28, 30, 13, and 10. But those first three, that's some tough ones there. So
yeah.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I'd be happy with those numbers.
These are mine.
These are S-Bubs, yep. Lucky number 7. Gonna be lucky this Sunday. We'll see. Oh, just stopped at the 8. All right,
I don't know if there's ever been a 7 Rumble winner.
It's the first time. That's gonna be Triple H just swerve booking. And we gotta look at these numbers. 5. Okay, there you go. S-Bubs is definitely some Iron Man winner, yeah. Okay, he's climbing up. 14, okay.
I want at least one 120s one.
I don't know if that's happening for you this time. You went lower. You went to 12. Okay, there you go. This is S-Bub's last number. Nice. Yeah, you're hoping for those early picks there. All right, so I suppose what were your final numbers there?
I have 7, 5, 14, 12, and 8.
14's your highest number. Okay, I like this. Come on. 20 on the boards there for me. Come on, slow. You know what? Not bad though. 1 and 2 have good success rates. That's the ultimate Iron Man winner. Okay, so. If I'm going to take any 1 or 2 in the lower numbers, I'll take it. Halfway point, all right, I guess. 15, sure. Okay. Let's see what we got going on here. Jeez, David got really lucky with those big ones at the start. 4, my God, I got... Jeez, Louise, okay. Last 2, so I got what? 2, 4, 14, 4, or 50? Oh, okay. Okay, I got number 1. Oh, I got number 3. It moved at the last minute there. Okay, I would have actually preferred number 1. Okay, that's my last pick.
I was gonna say I feel like you have to get a 20s one here just statistically, but I guess not.
No, an 11. So wow, David just. So me and S-Bubs are hoping for some Iron Man wins. David has the floor at the 20s at. What was it? 28, 29, and 30. Or no, you had 30, 28, and then what else did you have? A higher one.
Yeah, David, you mean?
Yeah, David, yeah.
21, 28, 30,
21,
10, and 13.
Yeah. You had 21, 28, and 30. There you go. Well, We'll see. That's okay. Dave might need some of those to do a big catch up, so we got that going on. So in that spectrum, we move over. Well, I guess I can say because we're talking about Saturday Night's Main Event as well, and I guess we
I
didn't
guess we
talk
didn't
about
talk
it.
about the women's rumble.
Yeah, we'll wait. We'll go to there because we'll talk about the Drew, Fatu, Cody stuff
yeah.
because we were talking about the men. So obviously Cody and Drew or sorry, Cody and Jacob are both in there. We got Drew on the Sammy side, which we all kind of thought about once we found out Montreal and Riyadh. But David, what do you think about the brawl last night? Because I think we're talking about okay, we've got in this sense of Cody was fine until the John Cena thing, right? And the John Cena thing made sense because, like, okay, he's retiring. People want to see the 17 thing. Makes sense why he might get some blowback. Last week talked about that promo he cut in Vegas where it's okay. You could see people were still digging Cody because they booed him and then they turn, right? And then he gets back. They run that back and that's fine. They do the SummerSlam match. That's great. And then he wins the title. It feels like for a little bit he's just kind of coasting, and I think we've talked about before where they did a lot of these Drew matches, and it feels like the audience was kind of getting a bit more mixed. Like obviously when he lost the title, big pop for Drew, but because the hometown place, and feels like the reaction I feel like is very much, in my opinion, not there yet. But it's like '05 Cena, where people always say it's '06. Don't forget, I was there live. They did a SummerSlam main event of Jericho versus Cena, and that was the first time Cena was getting like the 50-50s. But when he won, people like cheers. It's like, oh yeah, we still like Cena. People always just think it's '06, but like '05, the summer was like the beginning of, some people were like starting to boo him. Obviously last night, I thought it was very smart they did a brawl because you kind of stopped some of that. But yeah, what do you think's going on with Cody Rhodes? And then right now, the rumored plan is to do Cody and Drew, but Jacob seems to be, I don't know, around there. He's getting good reactions, good reception. So what do you do with them at the Rumble with Cody and Jacob? And what do you do? Do you think it is just Cody and Drew, or do you think Jacob's going to sneak his way in there?
I think they're going to do the triple threat. That's been the thing that's been talked about recently. Another thing is like the way that Saturday Night's Main Event went. It's another example. They've done it a couple of times before with Cody where you don't want him to lose, but you also can't have him win. So you have shenanigans throughout the match. Triple threat is the best way for them to protect Cody, in my opinion. Because we've seen matches like what happened at Saturday Night's Main Event happened before where it's the big brawl and everything else, but the match still starts. We still eventually get a start to the match. This was just a no contest whatsoever, so there was no wins or losses at all with this. I mean, you can't do a DQ because the match never started. Like, how do you call that? So it was a way to protect both Cody and Jacob. So I think the triple threat is the way to go. I feel like if they were to do this immediately, if they were to do this at Royal Rumble or sometime earlier,
or Chamber even, which I don't think they do a Chamber, but
Drew retains because I don't see Cody winning until WrestleMania. If he wins it back, I think they're going to save that for a WrestleMania moment. Like, Drew, we let you run with the belt with people. Now give it back.
Do you not think that's like a... Do you not think if it's just Drew Cody and Cody just wins up straight as the quote-unquote babyface, does that not backfire on them at Mania? Especially with Mania being in Vegas, where last year Cody didn't get the greatest reception?
Oh, it definitely will. I think the fans, the smart fans especially, appreciate Drew. They like Drew as, like, Twitter Drew is still undefeated.
Yeah.
And so in that case, if they just go one-on-one and then Cody beats him, it's like, okay, we saw this coming. Boo. We're tired of LOL. Cody wins. He's the new John Cena. Like, So I think if you have the triple threat match, that kind of opens it up to have a way for him to win without completely just having the fans go, oh, well, it was crappy. At least you get a fun triple threat match out of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what about you, S-Buzz? What do you think is going to happen with this situation here over on SmackDown?
Yeah, I feel like with last night, it definitely led me to thinking that it's going to be the triple threat match at Mania. Especially, that was some of the rumors that it was either Cody versus Drew, or they were also thinking of Cody versus Drew versus Jacob. And I feel like that's happening now, especially with, obviously, Cody. You're saying, like, the mixed reactions. And I think it very much depends on where he is. I feel like some places have it, some places don't. But I feel also Jacob has been getting really good reactions, like pretty much everywhere. So I feel like if they do a triple threat match, that could, like you said, protect Cody, but still give, like, I think if they did that match, I feel like Jacob would win. like that's my feeling right now, and I
'Cause
feel like
yeah, Drew would take that pin. I agree, David, that I don't think
I
Cody would
could
take
see
the pin.
like Drew Claymore's Cody, he falls out of the ring, like
Yeah,
Fatu hits the moonsault on Drew and wins it.
yeah.
Uh,
No,
or,
I agree with you. That I was hoping that because I liked what they did. I think that's always smart to do what they're doing with Cody. And I think it's the same thing as Cena, where I think it's not always so. I think with Cena, there's a little bit of difference too because Cena was like the rapper, edgy guy, and then when he got the title, eventually they cooled down on that, and that was part of the reason I think people turned. With Cody, still the same character he was. If anything, he's a little bit better because they've changed some things. I think it's just that it's one stuff like that Drew run where it's like they're not doing anything too inspiring with him as a champ right now, and two, just give him a story to where he's not around the title for a bit. They don't have to because he's since I'd say WrestleMania 40, he's always been around the title. He's not had just like a straight up feud, right? And that's where it's like if the situation was Cody and Drew, I would say then if you want a 1-on-1, then just do Drew and Jacob and then get Cody and Randy. I don't know when they're pulling this Randy thing. I don't know what the deal is with Randy. It's just like it feels so weird, especially because he's like a Triple H guy. It feels like he's just so I know he's like 2026 gonna be the year of the Viper, but it don't feel like that. He feels like it sounds weird, but a main event jobber. That should not be a thing, but that's what he is. Where he's there, he's gonna get the pops, he's gonna look strong. He's never gonna take the pin, but he's never gonna win anything like that meaningful, and he just kind of goes away. Because at least with I think he's kind of working a similar style that Shawn Michaels did in like 04 to 08, but Shawn still won some big stuff. But he still got closer, had these different stories. But Randy, he just RKO's a guy, goes away for a bit. Saves Jelly Roll, goes away for a bit. Tags with Cody, goes away for a bit.
If it's Cody versus Drew versus Jacob, what's Randy doing at Mania? And someone quote tweeted it with he's tagging with iShow Speed against Logan and Austin.
Oh yeah, and that's it's just weird. Where I would understand if Triple H and him weren't guys, but but he's a draw, so I got to book him. It's they're notoriously very close. It's just, and maybe it's Rand. Maybe Rand's yeah, I'm good. I don't actually need to do all that stuff. It just feels like he's just cooled down so much. Because at that one point, I thought, oh, what if you add him? But I was like, you know what? And even though he's still a great worker, I don't know if him in the 4-way would I don't know if it would add much, So I hope that they're doing the triple threat. I think that works. I think it's good for Jacob. And the good thing is, if they for some reason get to Mania and they feel like Jacob's not ready, they can just put on Cody, right? I think that's obviously not good for Cody because I think people would boo. But at the same time, I don't think, even if it's Cody and Drew or the triple threat, I don't think that would I would love it too if they had Jacob winning and that's main event. That's building a new star. But I feel like they'd go with a safer pick.
Night 1 opener.
Yeah, night 1 or night 2 opener. I think that's. I think you're right about night 1 because I think the women would main event then, and I do think Rio versus EO would be safer because I think Jacob's getting a big pop, but I just see them being well, we don't know. But and I guess Roman and Punk, which we'll get there, but.
I feel like Roman, no matter what, is main eventing
absolutely
night 2, unless especially because it's it's Roman if he wins the Rumble, and also for you, Travis, you can say Punk had a real WrestleMania main event.
Absolutely, they should, and it's so funny now though because retroactively with the way the story is, if Seth was good to go. This should be the year that last year they should do Punk and Roman, and this year should be the triple threat. It would make way more sense for him trying to get his title back and all those stories, but I guess that's where they'll do Seth. Unless, we'll find out what the Stone Cold thing is. Again, they just report he's coming back, so I don't think he's wrestling, but man, that'd be a nice monkey wrench. But no, I hope they do the triple threat. I think that'd be a good story. I think that gives them, and then after, maybe that's what they're saving Randy for. Maybe after Mania, you can just do Cody and Randy just straight up, right? Because Randy did say,
what if you had Randy, if it's a triple threat, no DQ? What if you had Randy run out there and punt Cody, and that takes him out of the match?
I'd be fine that you would just have to set up how that would happen, and I guess technically it would fit his character. Cody could just eliminate Randy from the Rumble, and he's just bitter about that. Because I suppose you wouldn't know this, but when Edge came back, they were like teaming up in the Rumble, Randy and Edge.
I have watched that.
Okay. Yeah, they're teaming up, and then Randy tries to throw him out, Edge throws him out, and just for being eliminated the next night on Raw, Randy tries to murder this man. So that's why it's like, for Randy Orton, he does have a history of the smallest thing just setting him off. So, or maybe it's Chamber. I'd actually prefer Chamber, where it's down to, that's what, but that's right. That's what I want to talk to you guys about. How do we get to the triple threat, though?
In the Chamber.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, how do we get to that, though? Because the Rumble, I don't think they're doing the double elimination spot. I think they'll just give it to Roman. And in the Chamber, if it's number one contendership, there's usually never a tie in the Chamber. So how do you get to Cody and Jacob versus Drew?
I feel like we'll just figure something out. Contract signing.
It'll be like Shawn Michaels when he did win the Rumble. He just switched to music. Benoit Triple H signed the contract, and Eric Bischoff was like, "What do I do?" Even though in real life it says Chris Benoit. That's Shawn Michaels' signature. That would not hold up. Didn't they just do that recently? The last 2 years?
They did that with Rio. With Io and Bianca.
Okay,
like, they even made they had like the official graphic for Io versus Bianca.
Never mind. Never mind. The same way Triple H spams the hoodie attacker, they'll just do that. They'll do it and I actually think that would be better for Jacob to do it, because I think if it was Jacob and Drew and Cody signed that contract, everyone's like, oh, fuck this guy. Like, he always gets what he wants. Like, do something where Drew, Jacob somehow gets screwed at the Chamber and feels like, oh, like maybe Drew comes in and interferes or whatever. But
Cody does something like how he beat Drew with he used a chair while the ref wasn't looking or something like if he cheats in some way against Jacob, or even if it's accidentally he accidentally pulls the turnbuckle pad off or something like that, and then Jacob goes into it, and it's
or if Drew comes with the title, he uses the title shot, right? It's and even then as this is why it would be so weird for people to boo Cody as that character. You should not boo him, because Jacob fucking cost him the title. He should be able to cheat on this guy. And that's what I did like about last night with Jacob. I love that he interfered with him during the entrance. I love that he is that's a real tweener. There's so many times when people be like, oh, he's gonna be a tweener, but just he has a bad attitude, but then he follows the rules in the match. That's a tweener, is a guy that's cutting the promos, getting the crowd hyped, but technically Jacob is cheating. He started the match before Cody's ready, and that's what I like, and they need to keep that energy with Jacob, because that's what makes it good. And same with Cody, they should keep that energy. And Drew, he can just keep doing what he's doing. Drew, he's got Sammy. There's no surprise here, right? The Rumble, right? Yeah. For predictions, it's just Drew going over. They keep the story going. Yeah.
For Iron Man, I could even see maybe Sammy I don't think he wins.
By one last shot.
Drew beats him and he comes out with the bandage around him and he's in the Rumble.
Yeah, they could do that, especially because he'll get another. Well, the only reason I wouldn't do it is the pop's big. Just if they plan on winning next year, then I'd. Oh wait, no, the Rumble's non-Saudi next year, right? The Mania's right. Okay,
I don't think there's any really rumors for the Rumble this next year.
Yeah, okay, no, you're right. You could do the Sammy double pop then that night. So, yeah, and then let's see. And I thought that Fatal 4-Way was good. It was fun. There was lots of good spots there. I loved all the table spots. I actually think between the Cardona match, I did not watch. So you can tell me, I suppose, I did not watch the Priest match. But I think between the Cardona match and the 4-Way, that's always been the knock-on Trick. He's not the greatest wrestler. I think he's holding his own. I'm not saying we're gonna get a 5-star classic from him anytime soon, but it's I think he's doing good. He can get a base off enough of aura to get him going for. There was that screw up that Sammy did on the ropes, and they recovered really quickly. So I think he's to me passing the test. And I think he's got a secondary title run coming next 6 months. That's what I think.
The Priest match on SmackDown was pretty mid, but I felt they didn't really have much chemistry. Mm-hmm. And also Sammy was at ringside, so it just felt you were kind of just waiting for him to run in and DQ, and it ended in a DQ. They were fighting at ringside. It was pretty funny though. Sammy was sitting in the chair next to the commentary desk, how they do when someone's at ringside, and Trick grabbed Damien to throw him into the ring, and then he just instead of he did the action, but then he 360 turned around and threw Damien into Sammy and knocked him out of the chair, and then Sammy ran in and just hit him.
Which that was something funny during that 4-Way. Anytime Priest was getting ready to hit one of his signatures, they said the Discord finisher, the crowd was booing. Priest needs to. They need to turn Priest. I'm not saying him back with Judgment Day, but I think him as a babyface is like he's flatlined now. They need to do something with him. Like, obviously that's probably because he's been stuck in a few of Aleister Black for 18 years, but like they need to do something. And honestly, you could always heat him up and just put him back with the Judgment Day. But Dave, what were your thoughts on the 4-way?
4-way, what I felt like it was underwhelming for the ending of the Saturday night's main event. Like it was cool. There was some fun spots in there. Sammy winning seemed predictable. Trick seemed out of place at times. Like he had some spots, but other than that, he just seemed out of place at times. There were whole sections of the match where Randy was just missing.
Oh, yeah.
Like my man
Talking to celebs in the crowd, you know? You want to tag at Mania? You want to tag at Mania?
Like take some selfies, sign some autographs. I don't know, but there were just whole sections where he's missing. Man, I really wish the AJ Nakamura match had ended that pay-per-view because that Fatal 4-way was just very underwhelming.
Yeah. What were you guys supposed? Any thoughts on the 4-way?
I thought it was just like a fine like TV like main event match. I wouldn't say like I wasn't expecting it to be bad, but I wasn't really expecting it to be great either. So my expectations were like met, I'd say.
Yeah.
I gave it like a 3.5 on like Dropkick. Like I had a fun time watching it, but it wasn't anything like crazy.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. There was a fun time, but I like again, I don't dislike Priest, but when you have Priest and Trick in there, I wasn't expecting like a big class. I wasn't like, 4 workers in there, like we're gonna get the best 4-way of all time, you know. So yeah, and then we got Drew and Sammy. Talk about that. That should be a good match, and Drew's winning that. And then to transition over to the women, other than the women's tag, which we talk about now, we forget in the Rumble, which I really enjoy. That was a good time. All of them have good chemistry. Fully support Roxanne, telling that fan to fuck off. You know, people again. It is a show, but at the same time, you got to be like, I don't know, just low key cool. You don't gotta get too worked up. These are just like fictional characters, you know. But no, I think it was good. I legitimately thought Judgment Day was going to take it in that back half there. That last closing 5 minutes, the way the match, especially when Raquel came in, I thought, this is a way. And because especially
the slow count, like when Raquel hit the powerbomb on Neo, and like Roxanne was like dead, but like went on Neo, and the ref like he did the dramatic like slow count where it's like, they're gonna win by cheating, and then Neo kicked out at the end. Yeah.
No, I thought, especially too, because I thought, that probably means like they for sure think they have Rhea or Io winning the Rumble, so they get those titles off them. So that can come. They can make them lose at any point or keep them, whatever. But no, I thought it was really good, really entertaining. I thought these girls had good chemistry, and given like enough time, I could have taken a little bit more. But yeah, they definitely got me with this fake out spot because I thought it was changing up there. And Rhea Ripley did a great sequel on the pretzel ping to live, but this time just like
her best pin on
fold her completely like on her legs. But I suppose, what do you think about the women's tag here?
No, yeah, I really love this match. It was a really fun time. Honestly, like you said, all of them I think individually have really good chemistry, and putting them all together is really good. I think Liv is especially always really good in the tag matches, and I do like her in singles matches, but I think she really works in the tag matches. Really, with all the partners she's had, I think all the different combinations of the Judgment Day are really good together. And this new one, with Liv and Roxanne worked really well as well. And like we were talking about in the Discord, like that ref bump spot, I had never seen anyone do it like that, where she just fell on top of the ref and that knocked him out. That was really funny, but it was creative as well.
He got winded. He was out for a long time. This ref. At one point too, they went to him. He was holding his head. I was like, "What are you doing? Why are you holding their hand? Like, she didn't hit you at all." But love the wrestling refs. Well, a very creative one. So, David, any thoughts?
It was a good match. Like, I think all of them have some great chemistry together. Other than that kick out botch that was a little iffy, everything else with the match was hard hitting. It was fun to watch. Some incredible spots. I mean, I really like Roxanne Perez and a lot of the stuff that she does. And so it was good stuff. And then you had the interference with it's weird whenever I hear the announcers refer to Raquel Rodriguez as Big Sexy. I know it's a nod to Kevin Nash,
That was
but
my
man,
nickname today.
it's weird when I hear like Wade Barrett say Big Sexy Raquel Rodriguez, and I'm like, keep it in your pants, bruv.
Oh, it's better than that fucking NXT account that I don't know who that wrestler is, but they tweeted out Toothless Aggression last week, and I was like, oh boy, like let's not bring back. Let's not bring back that nickname, all right? That's what I need. I'm hoping it's just some intern that wasn't watching wrestling in the 2000s. But it's I'm fine if you want to steal some nicknames, but that name, let's keep it there,
Yeah. So other than that, and then you got Stephanie Vecchio coming out, keeping that going, and she's out of the boot, so that's good news.
When is that match happening? Just like a random Raw, or is it gonna be a Saturday Night's Main Event?
I think Dave said like 2 weeks ago. It's like, yeah, it's probably just like a Raw match.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I would be interested.
All this build for a random Raw match.
Yeah, Stephanie's been hurt. They've taken her out multiple times. Like, not even Saturday Night's Main Event.
Division.
Yeah.
I would like to see, though, especially with this match, I think a Rio and Stephanie versus like all three of the Judgment Day women would be a fun match to see. Like, on
Raw. They should definitely run that back. Good visual too with all the titles.
Oh,
and everything.
the internet would go crazy for that match.
Yeah. There's a lot. I think you will see that match, whether it's before or after Raquel loses. So no, that's a good one. So. But we'll use that to transition into the Women's Rumble right now. As we said, not even enough people for the graphics that are in there, but the usual suspects are in there. And this one's tough for me because I've been rocking the Rhea Roman thing for a while. I know there's those odds about Liv because I guess there's been rumors they want to give her a big push, and like I feel like
it's Liv. That was my prediction last week, and I think her taking the pin especially over Roxanne feels like she's winning it.
I guess I just don't like it. It's so funny. I feel like the year before when I was like a big supporter, I was pitching like do Liv in Mania, Rhea Mania. Like, I was doing long game, like keep going, then do that. I just don't see the slot for because what? So it's like because if they do her and Stephanie, then I would assume Rhea and Io are gonna be the tag champs. But I feel like that's like kind of below them for Mania, in my opinion. I think it's below them unless they have something big. I don't mean the Bellas. Like, even Charlotte and Alexa, like, I feel like they could have built to that, but that's already gone. And then I do not see Liv and Jade. Like, that's just like a... I don't know. That's a... In my mind, thinking of Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill, it's just like... There's just... So I guess that's the problem. I have a hard time believing they're going to go... I want them to. Liv's worked hard. I think she is underrated because I think for a few years she was very average, but I think she's gone better and better. She's better in the ring. I think it's more her character work. I think with the tag team stuff, like they're already setting up like the stuff with tension with her and Raquel, and you got Roxanne. Like, I don't know. I can't. So I suppose, what is your pitch then? If you think Liv's winning, what is her Mania match?
Stephanie.
Just Stephanie, eh?
Yeah.
That's the only plausible chance that you have to even think that she could win because I mean she's not going over the powerhouse of Jade. This reminds me of this scene from WWE Unreal where they're like, all right, she wins, what does she do next? And everyone's just like, shit, I don't know because we don't have enough women.
Yeah, it's so funny. That's like season 1. I don't think did that. Season 2, I think actively because I was watching with Emily, and like I think season 2 will actively people that don't watch the product be like, some of these people are not good at their jobs. Like it's just, and I know it's edits, but it's just like they edit them sometimes to not look good, and it's because in a fucking TV show, what you do is you have Road Dogg and team like, I don't know what we do, and then 30 minutes later you pay it off with we cracked the story, we came down with this, we figured it out, and here you go. That doesn't happen in the show. They never crack the story, and that happens multiple times in Unreals where they're like, well, we don't know what's next. They talk about Penta, like, what are we gonna do? He's so blah blah blah. You're never gonna answer what's next for Penta. Like they never talk about like, oh, we gotta make big plans for him. You never see any of this, but this is what I was going to bring up because me and Emily were talking about her last night. Liv or Bianca, either living. I know she's in the stats. What is the status of Bianca right now? Is she like cleared?
The status is that like she's probably not coming back at the.
That's
Rumble.
what I've heard.
I haven't heard any talk at all from any source that she's like. I haven't even heard a rumor like, oh, they're considering her to maybe be back. Like, I haven't heard anything.
Yeah. No, Vince, like, this is no disrespect to you. I feel like this is the same way because with wrestling Twitter, I'm most online when an event's happening. But when it's throughout the weekend, I just see it here and there. I have seen multiple people talk about Bianca, but I wasn't sure if it was like, is this reporting of Bianca, or is this like an AJ Lee's back at Money in the Bank where everyone's just like, she's coming back, she's coming back. If Bianca was cleared, I would make her my pick because I feel like that's way more safe. You get the pop, and I also think her and Jade make sense. You know, like
I'd say if she's in the Rumble, she's winning it.
Yes,
my thing.
To me, that's like the Roman thing, because even then you could transition her to Raw if you wanted to. I'm not saying they would, but Bianca's like Roman, where it's like you could kind of go either way with her. If Liv wins, she's just going with Stephanie. And then what? Is just Rhea and Io, they're just in a tag team title match at Mania? Or is it like a solo...
title singles match with them with the belts? I saw someone pitch that they wrestle both nights. Like if they did like a tag, if they did like a singles match and a tag match,
that'd be awesome. And then to me, you make them lose the tag because then you have them like iffy on the night before. I would actually be completely down with Rio and Io night one singles and then the tag, and like there's some division.
The people leaving Mania with the tag titles are Bailey and Lyra. That's what I actually think.
That's because I thought you though were on the bandwagon where if you thought Rhea and Io were gonna, so you're more sold on Io and Rhea just 1-on-1 just by itself.
I think
now
somehow they would get to a 1-on-1 at Mania, even if it was like even if they literally did like the Ray and Eddie like they're tag champs and they do a singles match at Mania.
Yeah, Vince, I can't get behind you here. What if Raquel beats Stephanie and we have Liv and Raquel a Mania match? Man, like I think Raquel's gotten better. I think Liv's gotten tremendously better. That is not a Mania match. That is a Saturday Night's Main Event or like a maybe other pay-per-view. I in my opinion, that story with which would have more heat would be doing that with Roxanne. I know Raquel and Liv have been longer, but that to me is if you were to pitch me, hey, like let's say it was swap right now and Liv and Raquel were still a team and Rox were to beat Stephanie, I could see you getting that story, right? Because you could also have Rox like turn on Dom and Liv. Like you could do a bunch of stuff. With Raquel, it's like I guess you could do that, but I don't think so. I think Raquel's going to be holding the tag rope with one of them and whatnot. But okay, so Dave, this makes sense for me because so S-Bub's on. He's believing Liv. I don't know where to go. Where are you right now at the Women's Royal Rumble?
Right now, I'm with Rhea unless they decide to shift her to a tag team title match at Mania. But right now, I'm with Rhea because I don't see anyone else right now. I don't see when it comes to the Rumble, I put the Rumble and I put Money in the Bank kind of in a similar situation of if you need to propel somebody fast or if you need to make a storyline fast, this is a good way to do it. I don't see Liv winning. I could see her winning Money in the Bank. I think that'd be a way better chance of seeing her win a title or be in a title match, more believable because she's the slimy heel. But I don't see her winning Royal Rumble and then going on, definitely not defeating Jade. And I can't see them using her to dethrone Stephanie Valkyrie just yet. So I'm gonna go with Rhea.
Yeah,
on that one.
I think the only reason I'm leaning there is because I bet. Don't get me wrong, I'm completely fine if they do the Stephanie thing. I just, as I've said before, I think they need to heat Stephanie up because I feel like she has lost a little momentum. And maybe it is her winning the Raw Women's Chamber and beating a bunch of, like, that's what I think she needs. She needs to beat some of these main ones. It reminds me very much of Punk's first title run where Batista and Cena were feuding over there and DX were back together, but he's, like, fighting, like, JBL and he's fighting, like, other people where like he was the world champ, but he wasn't ever interacting with the top guys. And other than Stephanie beating Io, which same thing, Punk beat Edge. After that, Punk was on his own some, and then like Stephanie feels the same way where it's like, okay, like for some reason Ivy Niles stepping up to think she can be into the challenge, right? So it's like I would like that. So if they can do that and they put her in a big Raw Women's Chamber and she gets to beat a bunch of main people, not like Raquel, Maxine, Natty, who, yeah, David, I'll give you your moment. You want to say anything on Natty? She turned heel this week on Raw. I feel like this is her last shot to have like one real big run before she retires. So what do you feel about this?
This is definitely probably the last hurrah for her, and I think this was all right. Look, we know you're going to be out the door. We know
all right, damn.
We know you're going to transition into just like a straight up trainer mode, and we're going to be taking you off of TV probably within the next year or two. So here, just have your little run with this. get it over with, and we'll go for there.
Get it
But
over with.
I get to see like Natty go full Natty, and as someone who's been watching her from the farting gimmick, like I'm happy to see her be able to do something more. Like I always, for someone who put up with that, and I get it, like you're young in the business and you're taking whatever they give you so that you can stay on TV, but
no one with a last name should ever have a fart gimmick.
Yeah.
No one.
to go. This isn't some random kid you picked up off the streets and things like that, or this isn't one of your NIL kids that you're just here or putting you on TV. Enjoy it. Like this is something. So the fact that she dealt with that and dealt with some of the other stuff that they have given her to work with, like I'm happy to see her get a little bit of a shine.
Oh, Travis, you're muted.
You're muted.
I'll say Rhea for now because I think one is wrong. I think the women's one is wrong because I did for myself because I feel like I don't know because I remember last year they did Jay and Charlotte and the whole narrative was two worst winners, right? Because at first I was gonna say would they do Rhea and Roman because I feel like a lot of people are like that's really safe. They've won before. But they've shown that they don't mind if they get that criticism there. So I think I'm just going to say Rhea for now because even for some reason, if we get to an alternate universe where you do like Rhea versus Jade Cargill, I could still even see that before I see Rhea or Liv versus Jade. So I feel...
Okay. I'll just say, so if Rhea wins, you'd have her and Stephanie at Mania for the title or what?
I originally, like months ago, the whole year I've been saying that I think they would do Rhea and Stephanie. And again, to me, I think just because Stephanie's cooled off, I don't know if that's a main event match now. And my theory is you would have that happen, and then Io wins the Chamber at Chamber. She wins the title at Chamber, and that's how you get there. It's kind of like accidentally. Because to me, if
so you have like Io versus Stephanie as a match at the Chamber, and like
no, I say put in the Chamber, like protect Stephanie, maybe like Judgment Day screws her out of her or something like that. Like, and maybe I don't know, but that's what I'd say.
Rhea wins the Rumble. Io wins the title before Mania, and then that's how they do the match. Okay.
Because and then even then you can keep them as tag champs, right? Because then it's like, like accidentally we're facing each other. Because I just feel like it all depends on what those other matches are. If it's a closer, I don't think Stephanie and Rhea will close a Mania, but I think Rhea and Io could now. Where I swapped from like last year because I think Io is her. Like we talked about her not being booked for the world title when she won it for 3 weeks. She's somebody that when she's gone missing comes back, the crowd's still hot to see her. Where I feel like with Stephanie, they're still like hot, but it's not like originally what it was, right? Like, and that's not Stephanie's fault. Io's been around for years, right? I just feel like Io's proven she can contain that audience reaction, reception, and people love her. And I do think if Rhea gets a win over Io, it has to be. I guess you could do non-title, but if it's a title situation. I don't think it's a defense. I don't think that's as hot as like Rhea has the title ready and then defends it. I think it has to beat Io. Sure, it's a 1 month run, but like WWE does it all the time, right? So that's my theory. But maybe they could do Stephanie, and same thing. If Stephanie and Rhea aren't the main event, maybe they don't do, or maybe they just Triple H is like, yeah, we're pushing Stephanie to the sky and they're main eventing because I thought I could have saw that a year ago. So. Who do you guys think will be a standout? Who gets the most eliminations or some moments here in the Women's Rumble?
I saw someone predicting that like that they would put like Jade as the champion in the Rumble.
Oh God.
Because because Brock did that in 2020, but I think Charlotte also did that in like 2022 or something like that. But I don't think that's actually happening. I just saw someone predict that. I thought it was funny. But as for the standout, I could see like if a Sol Ruka or something like that is in the Rumble, I could see her having a standout type performance. But I guess not counting NXT, who I could see.
So I think Jordan Grace is going to be one of those high elimination people.
Yeah,
I think this is a time to give her a shine without giving her any titles because goddamn, they do not want to give her a title. So at least let her have this. I could also see Lash Legend having some standout moments.
That's a good one. Who else could I think? I mean, obviously, I could see like Rhea and Io who are going to be in the Rumble. I mean, they're tag champs. They're probably going to tease, obviously, like, oh, they're going to be I mean, I could see them even doing like a number 1 and number 2 for Rhea and Io. It's like, oh, I mean, they love doing like, oh, they're the tag champs, but they gotta fight each other now, or something like that, or they're friends and they gotta fight each other now. So I think that could be cool. I'm just looking at the chat now. Vincent's saying about the Bella twins reunited. I do we think Brie Bella is going to be in this Rumble? Oh yeah, you highlighted there. I wasn't sure if we could, because I think the interesting thing was like, because I feel this might have even been last week or the last time we were talking about like how they don't want her to be in WWE because of Bryan and AEW and how he thought that was dumb. But I did see one of the clips in Unreal had like one of the plans for SummerSlam was supposed to be the Bella twins reunited against the Judgment Day. So to me, that kind of says like, I mean, they at least sort of consider it. It's not like it's like, oh, she's never gonna be in WWE again because of Bryan and AEW. But that's if they at least considered it. But that being said, I don't think she's in the Rumble necessarily.
Yeah, no. Now I do like this. Chelsea should be in the Final Four. I can see Chelsea going far. I don't know about Final Four, but I can see her going far and having some good spots, and then just being taken out on some type of fluke, and then absolutely losing it on the outside. I mean, that would just be so on par for her character. I love Chelsea. Like I love everything that she does. She has amazing character work. I feel like she kind of got shitted on at times during WWE Unreal because she has been an absolute workhorse for them, and she just smiles and goes along with whatever they give her, and she puts on one hell of a show. So I could see her lasting pretty long in there, coming down to one of those final groupings and then just getting taken out and throwing an entire fit.
Yeah, I'd say she always has fun performances in the Rumble and has memorable moments, so I think she'll definitely have that once again. Like you said, I don't think Final Four, but I could see her being in the Rumble throughout probably like the whole middle stretch. Like I could see her being there from like 10 to like 20 in the 20s.
Yeah. Just at least give her some fun moments, because again, she creates those memorable comedic moments, and I think that it would just be fun with that. I'd rather see her creating memorable comedic moments than bringing back R-Truth or Santina or something like that. Just give it to Chelsea.
Santina, you could do Santina with a TNA relationship, right? You could run it back. Because I had to leave Help the Babies. Did you guys mention, as was we were pitching the Jade thing, or just saying what people are pitching that they did that with Charlotte in the past? Yeah. I only like that is if someone's had the belt for like a year, they beat everybody, and like, well, I have to go for the other one. It's like Jade's not had for that long, and God, she just beat Chelsea Green again. Like they really need women over there. Could the Bella Twins thing happen? And then Bella Twins Paige.
We were just talking about it, saying like how I think it might have been even last week, the last time we did it, how we were talking about like we thought like, oh, like they don't want to use Brie at all because of like the Bryan thing. But I think with WWE, and I just mentioned this, so I'm repeating it for those who are listening, but I think with the SummerSlam like plans in Unreal, like that was being considered was the Bella Twins for it. Well, so to me, I kind of said like it's not like a complete like she's never gonna be in here again.
Yeah, and that wasn't completely us. Remember, didn't one of them say it on the podcast? I feel like Nicole said that. They're like, oh, because he's with AEW. Like I felt like they kind of insinuated that's the reason why, or they thought that might be the reason why. So I hope that happens. Paige, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I just feel.
I'll say like people look like she has like a convention appearance like booked on the day of in like
non-Saudi,
like Texas or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's just a little bit like. I feel like there's a litany of things. I think there's like obviously some past stuff, but I feel like she's passed a lot of that stuff. But even then, over the past few years, I know it's her ex-boyfriend, but she's dating a guy that like you search his name online, not a lot of good stuff comes up. And then I think there's a little bit of bad blood because I've talked about this before, where with Punk when he came back to wrestling, it made sense to start AEW because he was very anti-WWE guy. It would have never made sense for Edge's first place back to be AEW. It's like he had to come back in WWE because he had that history there. And I feel like they kind of felt like that way with Paige. Like, hey, if you're cleared and good to go, and like if you're not going to wait for us to clear you, like you kind of she ruined, not ruined, but I'm saying from their perspective, she spoiled the she's back pop or she's wrestling again pop, right? So I feel there is some people that can go and leave and be with AEW and it works, and there's some people, like I said, I would not, as much as I love Edge, I wouldn't want him to start in AEW, and he was talking with Tony too back then, like he got a lot of money, but like his offer supposedly, but I feel like that's how they feel, like, oh, you should have waited to come back with us, you know, you played your hand too much. So I don't think Paige, Bella's maybe, and sure, get the Bellas, we've said before, get them together for Mania. My personal two is I think it could be, I'm kind of torn. So Jordan Grace, I think, could be in both slots. She could either be an Iron Woman or she could be like the highlight. I think just like the War Games, they're probably going to have Lash be a highlight. I think obviously they do that with the bigger...
Those are my two picks while you were gone.
Yeah.
Those are my two picks.
The other person, though, for the Iron Lady that I'd like them to do is fucking give Julia some credibility already. Like, give her something where it's like, her being U.S. champ is not the credibility. Her being a number one contender to the tag titles, not credibility. Make it be like she's like Final Four, she's in there for 47, 50 minutes. Like, give her a run so finally people will stop, like, when she comes out, it's just crickets. Like, make it, like, of note, like, oh, like, that's one thing they did great, and they followed up with her booking, but the first time Roxanne was a main roster person, she's in the Rumble, she went to the end with Charlotte. Now, granted, as I said before last year, I still would have had her top three, because that spoiled the winner, because Roxanne was never beating Charlotte, but still, like, the run they gave her, because she holds the record, right? Like, the women's record, or is it just the overall
record? The women's
record?
one, they break it, like, every year.
Yeah,
I think the men's one, I think Gunther still has the men's one.
Okay.
Him and Cody went like 35 minutes.
Yeah, they broke Ray's record. That was like the oldest one for a while. So that to me is like that they did a great job with right away. If you don't know who Roxanne Perez is, they put her on the map. Julia has been on the main roster for what, 8 months now, a little more than that. And it's like people still don't know or care who she is. So it's like put her on the map, give her some big eliminations, make her look like a fucking badass. Don't just have her with Kiana James and her doing tag team stuff and she's in the corner and then gets thrown out. Like, to me, this Rumble is really going to show, because they still care about her in a sense. Like, she has the US title, she's in this tag thing now, but to me, the Rumble's going to really show right now where she's currently of like, do they really want her be a big deal, and they're just like, they just haven't connected with the booking yet, or they've already kind of like given up faith. So that's my hope, is like, make Julia the Iron Woman. That's what I think they're going to do. They're going to give her something, and if not, then we'll talk about it on Sunday. But S-Bubs, did you give your two?
Yeah, I said like me and Dave had like my only extra one I had was like maybe a Sol Ruka if she's
100%. She could be the like a big highlight reel and stuff. Yeah.
As for like any other like surprise entrance for the women, I can't really think, like there's not really many like free agents or anything like that can make like a big debut that have been like at least reported about. I mean, there might be some that's like, I don't know, some secret AEW release that like no one's
Anna Jay, Anna Jay, fat ass, bad attitude. She's making her big debut. No, I thought that you're Mr. NXT, I suppose. What the hell is going on with Blake Monroe? She has the title, she loses it, and I hear all this stuff we talked about wasn't full on report, but like, oh, she might go, but now she's just like feuding with Jada Parker randomly, like. That feels very, like, it feels odd that why didn't they just put the title back on her, or why is she not in the main title scene? Like, what's happening with her over there?
I don't know. Like, that's pretty much what you just said, exactly what she's been doing. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Is she being punished for not kicking out? Is this we're going to see this on Unreal in a couple months, you know? Yeah, I don't know. I would have said she could have debuted here, but now with her doing the Jada Parker thing, I don't know. So.
Yeah, also I think she's like advertised for like an NXT like house show or something like that. But I mean, yeah, I guess, well, there was like the poster with like all the supposed like NXT names who are going to be in the Rumble. So I guess those would be like the most surprise type entrance, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think the Iconics. I don't think they're getting the call.
The rumor. Well, it's not really a rumor, but like I think it was Ibu who said it. That's like he hadn't heard anything, but like he thought they would more likely be to AEW than WWE. Because he said like he did say that like Triple H hated them, but it was more like. He was more like, he doesn't see like the type of stuff they do, like it's like the opposite of what Triple H wants. Because he said like they do like comedy and they're not necessarily like the like super workers, but at the same time AEW is kind of like the same thing, but the thing AEW has more going for is like they really want tag teams.
They do, yeah,
and
that's
also
true.
they're like really good friends with Harley Cameron, who's like obviously one half of the
Yeah.
tag team champions, and they have a show in Australia in like a month.
That's true. So
And
yeah, maybe
so,
over there.
yeah.
I'm sure get him over there. He can do some community stuff. I like the Iconics. I think that like it's odd that Triple H feels that way because like so much of their gimmick in the DX was doing the comedy stuff. So it's like I think the Iconics could always have been used in a right way, but yeah, no, we'll see. Anything else from Women's Rumble surprises or thoughts?
Um,
So we got
I don't know.
Rhea, and Liv. And David, you didn't say if Bianca is in this thing, would you agree with us? Do you think she'd be winning it?
If Bianca is in it, then yes, I think
Okay.
that this is a great chance to throw her back into the main event scene immediately.
So we got
Honestly, I
Rhea,
don't
Liv,
think
but we're
she's
all,
in
if
it.
Bianca's in
Yeah.
it, we all reserve the right to say we pick Bianca because we just think that's the and I feel like Mania, she's getting those mixed reactions. I don't think she'll get those mixed reactions now. I think people missed her. She's been gone for a little bit. I don't think she's going to be in the situation she was where she's in between like two hot baby faces right now. Like, sorry, you put her and Jade at Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania. I don't think the crowd's turning against Bianca. I think, and that works because Jade's the heel there. So we'll see. So yeah, we talked about, and then the only thing we didn't talk about, we kind of talked around it loosely, Gunther and AJ. I think we're all locked in. It's funny the wave we're going because I thought like you were talking to S-Bubs in the Discord, like something funky was going to happen because like this feels odd, like it's kind of a rush, and it's just like they know that we know that AJ's contract's up soon, so it's like what a perfect way. And I was like, well, you can't, I don't think AJ's losing, but you also can't have Gunther lose. But again, I'll applaud them if this was on purpose. But just randomly giving Nakamura and AJ Styles like 30 minutes on Saturday night's main event. Yeah, which was a fantastic match. Like you said, David in the Discord, it was the best match they've had in WWE. That series was so disappointing. Like, man, I can't describe. Go back, if people have not watched, if you're newer fans, go back and watch Shinsuke Nakamura's fucking Rumble win. The finals is Roman Reigns and John Cena versus Finn Balor and Nakamura. Finn Balor throws out Roman Reigns, and when he says, hey, the crowd fucking loses its mind. People were ready for Nakamura. For years, people have been like, oh, when is there going to be an Asian or Japanese world champion? Vince and company was, oh, the Asian, what is it? Not the Asian barrier, but I'm sure he said that the Asian barrier, the voice barrier, the link we can't talk, that's only in Japan they're a draw. Finally had this guy who's red hot and cool, and what do you do? They have the match, who knows who the Asian was. Match wasn't great, and then you have Nakamura low blow him and kill, like, there was no reason to ever turn Nakamura heel, and since that low blow, Nakamura has been dead in WWE for several years until he did that cool, like, whatever Shogun gimmick, but then that died very quick too. Like, it's just crazy, but it was really cool to see this. Nakamura, I think, looked a little... there's quite a few spots that he was kind of mixing up. I don't know if it's just because he just doesn't wrestle that much or he's getting older. But this match for me, I really enjoyed it, but it also just made me furious because I just was reminded of like, oh right, Shinsuke probably could have been a top like 10 guy for the past 5 years at least, or since Mania. But like,
and it's also
terrible
sad
booking.
too. Like they did this match like 8 years after Mania. Like, what would that Mania match have looked like if they just like let them wrestle?
Yeah, and that's why I feel like because they're like, oh, no, he's gonna turn heel. We got to do it this sort of way. It's just like there's so many
I
people.
think the word on that one is like Vince was like, oh, he's a heel. He's got to wrestle slow.
Yeah, yeah, and then like of course like the first heel promo Nakamura cuts is I don't speak English. It's like oh no, like it got a good pop. It's like Vince and like foreign characters would get just such like tunnel vision because like the 80s and stuff. But it just made me mad because like man, Nakamura could have at least been doing some stuff like as a little bit better. But no, this was a great match. But yeah, Gunther is. I guess my question is like. How does he win? Is he win by pin? I don't think AJ's tap. Oh, I guess Cena tapped it. Like, I don't think AJ's tapping out, but I don't think he tap out because, like, I think it's almost too similar to the AJ because he beat Gunther with the hold too, right? With the sleeper? Or did he just pin Goldberg?
I think Goldberg passed out. Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if they're going to want to change up a little because they've had him retire one guy via pass out, one guy tap, and that just kind of adds to his arsenal of like, hey, if he can't make you tap, he's going to beat you. So obviously Gunther's going to win. I think I would love it if they gave Gunther and AJ the same amount of time they gave Gunther or AJ and Nakamura, like even roughly around that. And I'm looking very forward to it. I think it could be really good. But yeah, Gunther's getting that big win. What are your guys' takes on this?
I think AJ is probably tapping out as well because of the story for it. Because I mean, the story is that AJ wants to make Gunther tap out,
True.
so I feel like it's gonna be the same thing. I mean, I could see it being like, I feel like they'll do some creative finish for it. Like he catches him in midair for like he does the phenomenal forearm and he like catches him in the sleeper midair or something like that.
Oh yeah. He should do some crazy shit like he counters
He
that
does the he
Styles
catches the
Clash.
spiral he catches the spiral tap. You know, if it's his
Yeah.
last match, you know, the last move he does.
Yeah, or he
yeah.
should go. Yeah, or he should go do the burning hammer, and then when he goes to slam, Gunther transitions into the boom and
Yeah.
whatnot. So, yeah, what do you think, David?
I think we're about to see AJ's last match. I think Gunther's going to take it. I think he's going to end it with this sleeper as well. That's going to be his signature, put you out to pasture.
I really hope. I think AJ's losing. Obviously, I'm just putting the conspiracy hat on. Don't think it's happening, but man, I hope it's not AJ's last match. And there's a spot right there and All In. Even though I'm really digging. I don't agree this is gonna happen. People are trying to get. I think they're doing the mindfuck thing where they think that Kenny's gonna beat MJF and All In's gonna be Kenny and Osprey. I actually would prefer that because that would be great for Osprey to win his first title off of Kenny. The feud they've had for years. That'd be amazing. Don't think that's going to happen, so I think Kenny will be free for All In time. AJ, there's a big paycheck and a 5-star match sitting there right for you, man. Just do it, just one, go over, do 2 months of program, it's sitting right there for you.
I think the thing with AJ and people have talked about it is I think he thinks he's worse than he is, and I think
so, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, if you do read the thing that Nakamura put out, it seems like from the Cena match with AJ, he knew he was retiring. Since then, because that's when Nakamura says he finds out on the Japan tour, and that was a few days after Crown Jewel.
Yeah, and that's the thing because I don't know if it's booking or not because I know even Cena said he doesn't want a big retirement. It's we kind of deserve I'm so surprised we didn't get one singles AJ title run during this. Not even the main title, just US or IC. But yeah, I think it'll be something good. But I hope Tony Khan, even if he says he's retired, at least give him a call. Mad Nick have his number, give him a call. And then, actually first text them, say, call me, and then have a dollar amount at the bottom of that. And then call them. And make sure it's
a
obscene.
million for one match.
Do it. The buzz will be there, especially now. WWE's running that fucking event, 3 weeks before All In or something now. It's people are going to be spending money in WWE. And luckily, UK has a lot of wrestling fans. They don't always get the bigger events. I'm sure most of them will go to 2 that want to. But there still will be people that would have gone to AEW, go, I only have the money for one. Go to WWE. Add a little more juice on there. I'm telling you. And I think it won't happen, but I'm still giving a 5% chance because anything's possible in wrestling. Yeah. People are bullshitting all the time.
AJ is also we were talking about Bailey, AJ, yep. He has said once I retire, I want to be a coach at the PC and stuff like that. So
you got WWE mind, you got Fed mind controlled, So he's just hoping for that White House invite too. That's what they keep doing. We're gonna bring you one time, AJ. We're gonna bring you. He's I can't wait when you retire and sign the Legends deal. That's what, if I was WWE, how do you not have someone retire and then the second they're done, sign to a Legends deal right away? Their lawyer should be having that fax to AJ right now. Hey, sign this for when you're done. But yeah, we will see. And then what were some of the notes we had here? Just talking about AJ Styles, S-Bubs, talk about TNA. Yeah, David, because you didn't watch the show, did you?
I watched the first show. I didn't watch the last week's show.
Perfect. Which we don't have ratings on that second show, so I'm excited. So yeah, obviously this show's been much maligned. It was their debut on AMC, pulled about 173, so we'll see how it does. That's probably the high end. But yeah, you guys describe some of this, because I only see the memes, and I only heard podcasts talk about it, and it sounds like a nuclear war. A nuclear bomb went off for this show. I've seen everything, so I know what happened in it, but I didn't watch it. But yeah, so we'll start with you. How was and I'll start with you because you've watched now 2 weeks of the TNA on AMC. So are you gonna be back for a third?
I might. I don't know. Maybe. I guess I already forgot what they advertised for next week, and well, even to a more lull TNA moment, they leaked 3 weeks ahead. So if you because you can watch on AMC are like they have like their own stream service like TNA Plus.
Yeah.
And so on the TNA Plus feed, like after the show ended, because what they do is they do a live episode and then they tape like a few.
So that
more
was that same
episodes
crowd
after.
still with these last. Wow.
Or
Okay.
no. It was the first week was live.
Yeah.
Second week was live as well.
Okay,
And then after the second week,
yeah.
they taped like I think like one more week, and then the day after they usually do like a weekend of like tapings and stuff like that.
Okay.
But they like taped like obviously if you're there at the show and they just like do another match, you don't necessarily know like when that's going to be for because also you're not hearing the commentary or anything. But what happened is like the TNA Plus feed and like the show ended and it just had like thank you for watching TNA, but the audio like kept going, and so you could hear like the match that was going on, and it just like leaked a bunch of stuff like because commentary's talking about it like this would be airing like 3 weeks from now, and they're just talking about stuff that like oh this person after they won this match last week or stuff like that, and like they kind of leaked a bunch of stuff, which was pretty like a little TNA
Yeah.
moment.
TNA.
I think
man.
they leaked one of the
Feaster
briefcase
Fire
openings.
briefcase,
Yeah.
They leaked that. They
Jesus.
leaked like what the main event of like the next PLE is. Like,
What is
who
the next main event of the PLE? Spoilers if anyone doesn't want to know. Skip ahead 5 minutes. I want to know what's the next main event.
I think it was Santana and Slater against Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards, because Eddie Edwards has the world title briefcase. But also they're teasing, which is very funny because they might not have Leon take a pin. They're teasing that Leon might use the option C and like vacate his title to get a world title shot. So
But-
like
So did you say this is a 4-way or is this a tag team match?
a tag match.
So
They're just gonna have like Leon and Santana teaming up against the heels, but it's like oh Leon could cash in on Santana too.
But so like their tag team matches or their main event is just a tag team match with the idea of someone could use a briefcase.
Yeah. And technically,
God
three
damn.
people in this match could cash in. Like Leon could cash in his option C. Nick Nemeth has like his money in the bank trophy, and then Eddie Edwards has the briefcase as well. So they have like 3 money in the banks.
The
So
only
there's Feast or Famine. There's the
Yeah.
call your shot thing. That's what Nick Nemeth has, and then there's option C. So they have 3 different ways that someone could at a time cash in a championship match, and all of them are going to be in this match.
the option C thing I'm fine because that's something you established. You should not have like 2 like Money in the Bank briefcases at the same time with C. Like I mean like for the same title. Like that's just like ridiculous. The only way I will forgive them for this if they have all 3 men cash in on the same night and you have 4 people hold the title at the end. Like you have Leon do it, and then who's the other guy that has it? Eddie Edwards. Have Eddie Edwards do it, and then you have Ziggler at the end or Nemeth. Boom. That's the only way I'll accept it because at least it'd be something fun. Or if they all like cash in at the same time and fail, but like man, that's gonna be some. That's like bad WWE like cinema storytelling because it's gonna be a lot of like oh he's looking at his brief, oh he's gonna cash it, like that's man it just befuddles me how every decade somehow TNA ends up like this. I don't know how like since the 2000s I don't get it. But how's the actual watching the shows? That's
Man, the actual show. Well, honestly, the first week everyone talked about it. It was just like it was not a good show. Like even for TNA standards, like it was 3 matches over like 2 hours, and like they were
with
not
AJ saying that he needed to be quick speaking because there's a lot of wrestling to get to. They only had 3 matches.
Yeah, it was just like a bunch. It was like people say it's like. It was like the Raw Netflix premiere if they had like no budget. Like there was they could get like 3 celebrities or like quote unquote celebrities, and they're just like people from like an AMC show, and they literally did like the celebrities in the crowd shot, and it was just like people on the roster like AJ Francis in the crowd. It's like oh look AJ Francis here.
Like he's contracted to be here. He's on your roster.
I saw those. I saw all those celebrity shots with like there's no crowd behind them.
Yeah, it was just like bad production. Like they even messed up AJ's theme song. Like when he came out, like they put his Titantron up, and then the music didn't start playing for like 10 seconds. And the TNA Plus stream crashed and missed the whole first match. Like the Hardys were making their entrance, and the stream froze, and it unfroze like 15 minutes later when they were like finishing the match.
And also, we didn't talk about. Remember too, they had, and this was before like storms and whatnot. They had a bunch of talent that they didn't know. Yeah, they had a bunch of talent.
But some of that visa issues, like people have tracked the timelines. Like the Leon Slater thing is not like a visa issue. Like that was like WWE asked for him, and they said like, oh, it's a visa issue,
which is crazy too. But even then, when Leon cut that promo, he's like, "So I couldn't be there. It's out of me and TNA's hand." What? Like you, unless your family is having an emergency, it is not out of your boss's hand. Like what is going on? Like
Nick Khan made the call.
He did, and that's where it's like, okay, if you know there's certain talent that could have actual legit visa issues, don't book them for the premiere. Have them cut a promo via satellite or record.
Like, besides Leon, like the people they announced as having visa. Well, the thing is, like for the like Danny Luna is one of them. Like there's like, oh, she couldn't be at the premiere because she had visa issues. But like, if you go by the segment that it was just gonna be like a promo segment. The real issue was for the pay-per-view, where that was like some people actually missed that due to like she couldn't be there. But for the actual premiere, it's like even stuff like there's just so much they could have done better. Like Nick Nemeth, like he wasn't even on the first show. I think because they actually did run out of time because they set it like the main event of the pay-per-view wasn't seen or mentioned at all on the actual premiere because it happened. They had to release it as a digital exclusive. Like Santana won the title and like the show ended.
I heard about this. Then the Nemeth thing happened.
Nemeth came out. It's like, oh, it's gonna be a Texas death match at Genesis. But none of that was on the actual show. So if you had no social media and just watched the show and you saw Santana win the title, like you would have no idea what the main event of the pay-per-view was like 2 nights after.
Jeez Louise.
So yeah, it was not a very good show, the premiere.
Yeah, I don't ever want to fucking hear anybody, Bischoff or any of those people talk about number 2 promotion. It ain't happening. It's never happening. I also say I'll never say never because maybe AEW goes away, but it's just like I have more faith in New Japan recovering right now than I do TNA ever do. Because again, it's what we talked about before with the AEW New Japan thing. This partnership's not good, especially in the pay-per-view. And Liam sends in that promo and it's like, I don't know, big shout out to my boy Joe Hendry for covering me. So it's like, imagine if you're going to this pay-per-view and you're going to see a title match, right? Even if you think Leon's winning it, right? No, 99%. Always a chance it could happen. So you go from and even storyline wise, how does that make sense for 2 people going for the X Division title to instead of rescheduling a match, it's just, well, Joe Hendry's now here and it's just like for the purse. It's like, what? Like, dude, like, figure out some way and just have fucking Leon lose that title already. Put him in a match. Maybe that's what Triple Threat was for, but put him in a fucking 30-man battle royal and have him get, like, them all team and throw him out. Like, get it off him. Clearly,
that's it. Something very funny about the Joe Hendry match at Genesis. It's like, he's there, he's making his entrance. The crowd is like waving their hands and stuff. And commentary is like, wow, the crowd remembers the days of Joe Hendry and TNA. Like talking about it like he was there like 15 years ago.
3 months ago.
Like 2 months ago. Yeah.
Like, it's not like I get when AJ comes out, you can say that, but it's like, and are we really not? Because like the Rumbles this week, like they're really not like. AJ's not having a TNA match at all? Is that not happening?
I think the rumor was like they were expecting him to, but I guess he's not. He's like, he's watched that premiere. He's like, I'm not doing the TNA.
Yeah, give me knock at Saturday's main event. Sorry, Frankie. I ain't calling up for the next pay-per-view. Dave, what are your thoughts on what you've seen so far from the new TNA?
It had a strong first opening 5 minutes, and then it has been a steady downhill since that. I mean, it seems like even in that first episode, like the lighting design changed mid-episode. Like it was just, I have no idea what's going on.
All the cameras are color graded differently. Like half of them are just like yellow. Like, they'll just cut between shots and the colors.
Some Michael Bay type of shit going on right now.
And the fact that most of the first episode was taken up by the Elegance brand and bringing in this just like random dude from OVW that everyone's supposed to get excited about and no one just gives any shit about. Just like, it fell so flat and everything else from it, like none of this has been good. I do hope that they find their footing and they at least put out some good product. but they will
I will say, like,
never
watching
be
this,
top 2.
yeah. Like watching the second episode, like even just like the first like 20 minutes of the second episode was like just already miles better because they actually, and also, oh yeah, Carlos Silva like opened the second show. Like it was like he's just on all these shows.
I hear he
now.
likes to be on
Yeah.
the shows as much as more than Triple H nowadays. So
And I mean, I saw someone say like the end of this obviously has to be like someone's putting him through a table like they did like Dixie Carter.
And man, the
oh yeah,
Dixie coming
on the first
out
episode.
and getting booed. Like I'm with. It's so tough, right? Because I always
I feel
thought
like I
about
see
this.
50-50 opinions where it's like half of the people say like, oh, it wasn't really her fault, and then other people like reply to that with like examples of how it was her fault.
Yeah, and
So, I don't know.
that's a tough thing, right? Because you make an argument that she did keep that company going and paid some talent. And I think it's like luckily we never got this, but in the thick of it, when people fucking hated Cena, like go away heat, like I want him off my TV. I always wonder, like, man, if we ever get to the Hall of Fame, like is he gonna be the first Hall of Famer that gets booed? And luckily, nowhere near that, right? But I always think like, oh yeah, in wrestling it shows like enough time passes, people forgive you, and they just do some cheer. It's like not for Dixie Carter. Like if I was there live personally, I would not be booing her. I don't know if I'm gonna cheer or clap, but it's like there's a lot of bad decisions. I think that's saved to me for people like the way Hogan was, or like the way people should boo Vince. But you know what? If Vince was number 30 at the Rumble, people would fucking pop and they'd do backflips if he won. You know, like Dixie Carter does not deserve to be booed. I think like that. There is tons of things that she didn't do great, but it's like not all, like Jarrett made a lot of mistakes too. That's how she got to that company, right? Carlos Silva making a lot of mistakes too. It's like it's not like all these bookers make mistakes and stuff. So it's like unless they're doing something like illegal or physically ill, it's like so. And I don't really care. I don't care about Dixie Carter. I think there's tons of stuff in TNA that sucked under her, but I just could not believe like like people just would not let it go for this like special time. And that's one thing I've heard too about the show and the clips I've seen. Like I get that TNA has been around for a while, but it's like the company shouldn't have been doing that. They shouldn't have been doing like, 20 years ago we had this, and they show these montages of all these stars they had and stuff. It's like, I guess, but like you're just showing when it was a better time. It's not like WWE when they're showing you like from the 80s. It's like, oh, that was so far ago. It's like this was 20 years ago.
Like, all
just
these people are still wrestling, just
yeah,
not in TNA.
They're not like, exactly right. It's not like NXT where it's like, look at our college brand that they all grew up and went better. It's like, no, like these are all the people you lost due to money or bad booking or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. It's a weird thing, and I wish them best of luck. If they could ever be second company, great. Like more places for people to work, the better. But other people have said, like, because I was listening to like a Boo show last week when it's just like there's a reason all these people are leaving. It's like, yeah, like same as New Japan, there's a reason all those people are leaving. That wasn't creative, that was money. That was because in New Japan they're not paying you shit all. So it's like we're leaving, we're getting the fuck out of here. It's like, and you can't expect that. You can't expect no matter how good. Like, the only people you could expect at us is the fucking 90s ECW people that would accept, like, a piece of gum from Paul Heyman and go out and take a glass spot. That is the exception to the rule. Not most workers are going to do that. People were like, hey, Paul, I haven't been paying 2 months. He's like, it's all coming next month. You know, it's like, that doesn't happen anymore. So it's just, yeah, it's wild. But, you know, best of luck to him, you know?
Yeah, I saw. Well, speaking of like how you're talking about, I guess going completely off TNA, but speaking about like Japan, how like and same with TNA, like a reason they leave is just because of the money. I was seeing people talk about with all this news of a bunch of people like rumored to be leaving New Japan, like Finlay and Gabe Kidd and Evil and stuff like that. Yeah, but there's something people were talking about. Like there was a promo from Yoda Tsuji like last year, and it was obviously a heel promo, and he was talking about and because this thing is like, you know, he's the very like anti like AEW and
I'll die in New
Japan,
yeah.
But he was like, it was like a heel promo. This was supposed to be, but he was talking about like, oh, like all these people wouldn't leave if like you just paid us all like 100 million yen and stuff like that. Like that's a good price for us. And it was supposed to be like a very exaggerated like number. But if you look at that, like the pay is basically just like that's like WWE like main roster like average
minimum
money, which probably that's probably like half of what AEW pays as well. So you can just see like that's a reason like they leave because they're just not getting paid and they don't have the money to pay everyone like that.
Yeah, and it makes sense, right? And that's where you need the other companies to start to better. And I've heard people saying good things about these last New Japan shows, so I hope they can keep the momentum up, the momentum, and get those crowds back and stuff. But yeah, those are all interesting. Like we touched. Now we get the free agency stuff because we got Rascalz going to AEW, and then Trey Miguel not going there. He's back in TNA.
I will say when he made his entrance on TNA, like he worked the match and he did some cool stuff, but his face when he made his entrance just seemed like he did not want to be there.
Yeah, it's such an interesting situation because like obviously this had happened with the Briscoes, right? Where they like in 2010 made some video and they had like these like homophobic slurs and stuff. I never saw the videos, but like, and it was specifically Jay Briscoe, and then that's why the Briscoes couldn't come up, and then obviously he passed away, and all this stuff happened. And I guess it's the same thing that happened with Trey, which is like this one I understand like a bit more because with Jay, not that any of it's good, but with Jay Briscoe was like that was almost like it was like over a decade ago. Where this is like apparently like 2020, like it's like in the post-COVID. So it's like I understand. It's just like I get from their perspective of taking all that stuff out, why it must suck for him and the crew of like you're all together, you leave, you get signed, and then Warner Brothers doesn't clear you. He probably made the smart thing that go back there and see what happens. Rascalz like. With AEW, I see two realms for them, right? They could be the next Jet Speed, where I feel like both Bailey and Kevin Knight are getting pushes and they're in main event stuff, they're getting titles, or they could just be guys working ROH in the trios title, losing for the 15th time. Like, I really don't know, because, like, there's a lot of similar guys to them work rate-wise, so I could see that. Finley, this sounds mean. I don't really care where he goes. I don't want AEW. I like the guy enough. I just always thought he's like a good hand. I've never, even the times when I was watching New Japan full time, I've never seen him as like the guy.
He's
Evil.
transferring to Chase U.
Well, sure, get him in there. Get him in there. Evil. I don't know. Go hang out with EO and just go take a NXT paycheck for a while. That's fine. I don't know what he has left in the tank. And Gabe Kidd.
Evil is like. I feel like weirdly, it kind of does fit in like for a WWE type heel with like the interferences and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like he's on that like so like people meme about like the like when we're getting Solo versus Evil, but I feel in terms of like a character and stuff he would do would kind of be in that range of like.
I think
Solo.
so. I think his ceiling maybe it's a little bit above, but I said in the Discord, I think it's fucking JC Mateo. I think like he literally could also just be like, a heavy they bring in a Judgment Day who just interferes a bunch and that's it. Like I don't think there's much for Evil. His work rate's gone down. Gabe Kidd, doesn't matter how much money they give you, do not sign to the Fed. That is not the place for you.
He's going to AEW. Like,
he's going there, I know, but when Dave was like, they're going to offer him lots of money, it's like, I sure as hope they don't fucking do. Like I Gabe Kidd in WWE is not the right comp. That's like Darby in WWE. It's like that's not the right place for you. Like this is the place. And then before 30 years, with Hobbs or now Royce Keys. Just makes sense. We unfortunately we talk about a bunch in the Discord because this is like rumored and that happened. So it's like us repeating, but it's just like. Tony never ran with the guy. He always made sure he had a spot. He always made sure he was on TV. But there's multiple times where he did great performances. And this is a guy, if you look at his debut versus now, this guy got in megastar shape. He was a big guy in AEW, but he was not trim. He was not shredded. Now, or when he debuted, now he looks like a fucking 90s Attitude Era guy. And I'm imagining he's not on any juice. I guess we'll find on WWE. Actually, I don't even know if they do the Wells policy anymore. I don't even know if that's a thing. But the thing is, I don't know what his ceiling is within WWE, but it's, I think, better there. And even then, I feel like it's worth trying. Where AEW, he just never, like, why was Hangman in that match? That could have been the main event of that pay-per-view or one of them, right? Like, there's just certain times where it just doesn't matter what money he was going to get from AEW. I understand from his perspective because he was always just kept there. And as far as some of the other big guys, like, he's one of the best ones. I understood why they never pushed Lance Archer because, like, Lance Archer's like a black hole charisma. I'm sorry, like he has nothing going on there, right? Like he can get the job done. Brian Cage, kind of similar thing where it's just like he doesn't have like another factor. Hobbs does have that. He does. I don't think he has like an it or factor, but he has like a next level to him where if you give him more reps as like a main guy or even like a 8th, 9th guy down, like you could get something there. So I never understood it because like even with we talked about like even with Ricky, he still ran with him for a bit. There's never like the full big push on Hobbs. There's minor pushes, but never the big pushes. So this makes sense to me. I hope he does well. I hope he doesn't just become a stable, throw him in the Vision to eat pins or something like that. Like, and again, what's going on, Theory? What's going like? Travis broken record, been saying this for a year. I don't know what the guy is personally, but it's like
the report for Theory was literally like he's coming to the Vision to take pins, and people are like, no, like he's gonna get a push finally, and then he shows up, loses his first match by DQ, and then has been taking pins like
it's all about the first night. It's like what we talked about Cardona. Like he lost to fucking Trick Williams. It's over. It's done. Like his like push, and same thing with Theory. This is like the Natty thing. It's his last shot. Same thing. If Natty loses to like Maxie in first go around, David, it's over for. That's it. The push is done.
All credibility's gone.
You can't do the shit where Maxine got a quick one and then Natty talked to her after the match. That shit's lame. That doesn't work anymore. Like Austin Theory, it's that project's dead. So the same thing with Hobbs. It's like I worry there's two routes he can go, and that is a worry where he could get in a stable, and he is just kind of like the fifth, fourth guy there. So I think Hobbs has some great potential. But yeah, Dave, what do you think about some of those free agents out there signed? You got Rascalz, AW, Gabe Kidd, Evil, Finley, Hobbs, or Royce Keys. What are some of your takes on these?
I think Rascalz will be fun in AEW, but I could see them on Ring of Honor pretty soon. Like AEW is just so bloated, and they move things around so much. It's hard to see unless they can find themselves with a feud with the Don Callis family so that they can stay on TV. Then they'll have nothing for them. That seems to be the only way to stay on TV at this point is to enter a feud with someone from the Don Callis family. Evil, I don't know what they're going to do with Evil other than he's going to take the Shinsuke route where he just comes to America, chills out, goes for a good surf, has some coffee, and hangs out with Io Sky, just calls it a day, rides it out.
He's going to do like the fake hype lore that Nakamura and Tonga are doing SmackDown. They're like, you remember the past? Yeah, I remember the past. And then it's just like, you remember this? They used to wrestle in Japan, you know?
Yeah, so outside of that, I hope they do something good with Hobbs or Royce Keys now. Like, I could see him taking if they let him really explore, like, his personality, taking the Big E route of being the big powerhouse, but can still be fun and talk and things like that. So we'll see. I don't have too much faith that he won't just get lost in the mid-card after a while, because they have a lot of call-ups and a lot of other things going on right now.
Where's Rusev, man? Where the fuck is Rusev? How do you go from he's going to verse Cody at the King of the Ring finals to, like, he's not on TV for months now? Like, unless he's injured or family stuff, where the fuck is this dude? You know?
They said that he's purposely keeping him off of TV so that he can have a big return, but that's bullshit. It's Rusev. Just let him.
Get thrown out 5 minutes into the Rumble. Big return.
I saw a tweet that was like how WWE saw Rusev before SummerSlam, and it's like that photo where it's like a fourth Kenny, Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, and Brian.
And then the same thing, right? Like, I know WWE's like, we're always trying to find new talent, but it's like, you got a lot of new talent. Like, you got a lot of talent. Like, both, like, which is funny because, like, I can't remember if it was Dave or Boo, but someone put out there, like, oh, yeah, both AEW and WWE have kind of put out they're not really hiring right now. It's like, then the past few weeks, they're hiring people.
It was a Boo, and then Dave was like, that is not true.
Yeah, like
they're always hiring people.
Yeah, like, there's so many people, and I don't think they need to be, but it's just, like, same thing. It's like, do you, like, I guess it depends what you're paying for Rusev. And get Rusev, get your bag, but just like,
I mean,
there's
even
just a
NXT,
guy.
they just hired like 7 guys because that men's division was like they called up everybody. So they're just like literally every week they've announced like 2 new people coming straight to NXT.
Yeah.
Well, I think back to, was it last year when Nick Khan said we don't hire people just to bench them, and now they've got all these people benched. Like, all these people who you're just like, where the fuck are they? Where the fuck are the Street Profits? Where's Rusev?
Right. They're not even injured, the Street Profits, apparently. They're just chilling. But, you know, it's that one I'm almost kind of fine with because it's like, if Bianca's also home, I'm sure Montez is like, yeah, sure, I'll take some time off, hang out with my wife, right? But it's like, are they just going to come back like nothing ever happened? Because remember, they were splitting up. In TV, they were like being mean to each other, and they're like, I go
I don't
alone.
remember, I forget their last TV appearance. I mean, I feel like they were friends again.
Were they? Oh my god! It's just like it's crazy. So, S-Bubs, any thoughts on any of those free agents or signings that have happened this last month or happening?
I don't know. I think you pretty much said the thoughts.
Where's
About
Hobbs going to be in a
each
year? Where's Hobbs going to be in a year? Your prediction, S
one in a
Bubs.
year.
Your S Bubs select.
Next Rumble.
He win the
Speed
Rumble.
champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
By next year,
Teaming with Hendry.
I could see him like. I don't think he'd currently be, but I could see him having like a U.S. title run sometime in 2026. I could see him being the one to beat Melo for it. If they don't, because I mean, right now
Trick's
I think
right
they
there,
might
though.
do
That's
Trick
tough.
and Melo like at
Yeah.
Mania. I could see it, even though their stand and deliver match was not really good. But they might do it.
Do you think they do that a one-on-one or a multi-man?
I mean, if they wanted to do like an actual good match, they would do Ilya versus Trick versus Melo, because Ilya gave Trick like his greatest match of all time.
They could, and then maybe throw Royce in there. You could have a thing though where Trick beats Melo, and then maybe that Hobbs or Keys takes it off of him. So
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I'm also just interested if he's gonna be a face or a heel. In my opinion, make him a heel. It's tough because you got Braun. Yeah, I guess that is kind of tough because I was gonna say do the monster heel thing, but you got Oba and you got Braun kind of doing that.
Monster faces, so I guess he can.
Yeah. So do that, and you know what? I agree.
The meat match with Rusev. That'll be.
Absolutely.
You know what? That'll be his first win. Like in WWE, I'm calling it now. Like Rusev will come back and they'll do like, oh, like I remember you.
Challenge, yeah.
And then he'll scream about. He'll do. Rusev will do like a lore promo. And then that'll be his debut match, and he'll beat Rusev.
They should get someone.
Win.
They need Jimmy Johns or someone to sponsor that match. Like it should be, if they don't call it Meat Madness, they should have a meat sponsor that match and just make it big. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think I've liked people's pitch. I don't think it's gonna happen. I like the pitch of Punk bringing him as a backup to fight Division, because to me it's like rarely do you see babyfaces do that. You always just see the heel be like, oh, and here's my new protection. It's like, hey, this guy, you could not even break the fourth wall. You just be like honest,
bringing
like, hey,
in an AEW guy to be his backup.
You could just be like, hey, I know this fucking badass who's now free agent. I brought him in. He's here to help me. Done. And what a good, like, whether it's Bronson or Braun, what a good way to debut where it's Punk standing there and he has a face off of one of those guys, be like, I got a fucking meaty son of a bitch over here too. Like, that to me is like, could actually work. I don't think they're going to do it, but I've liked people's pitches like, yeah, have Punk just say, yeah, I'm bringing in this guy. I need backup. The Luchas aren't doing it. they're not big enough, so let's get them. So.
Or he helps heel Cody win at Mania.
Oh, yeah, and they just do Shawn and Diesel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Nightmare Family.
Because Hobbs' first match in AEW, I think it was the TNT Open Challenge, right? David, I think it was?
He might have done like Dark before that.
Right.
He lost in like 30 seconds on Dark or something like that, and that made them like, oh, this guy is like up for doing anything.
Oh, look what happens when you lose an AEW
for
the
same with Willow. I think her first match was also on Dark, like losing and like
same as Harley Cameron. Same thing was You're right. It was a Dark match. I'm trying to find when his like main roster was. Okay, so technically, I guess his first main roster match was a 21 Casino Battle Royal. So he was just in a whatever match. But he at one point
singles match.
Let's see. First, I thought it was Cody.
Cage match.
Okay, yeah. Look, I thought it was Cody. I thought he was one of the people, but no, I'm seeing that it's maybe Lee Johnson. So I guess I just Mandela affected myself that he was like because I know it was Eddie was one. I know Ricky was one. I know David. Who was that wrestler? I suppose you might know too. There's that wrestler. It's like a Ultimate Warrior knockoff.
Warhorse.
Warhorse. Where is he nowadays?
It's still on the Indies.
I think he's injured.
He's made some appearances on Collision and things like that. He does a lot of dark matches for them.
Okay,
but yeah, no, that's Warhorse because it was a huge deal. And then when they came to St. Louis, he was on the pre-show.
Well, yeah,
okay,
I remember.
I have his first Powerhouse Hobbs' first Dynamite match.
Okay, what is it?
It is FTW title. Brian Cage defeats Will Hobbs.
Okay, that's a nice little start for him there.
Match.
Okay,
and
so
before that, his first actual match was AEW Dark, Orange Cassidy defeats Will Hobbs in 13
Ooh.
seconds.
Oh no! Well, you know what? Good on Will Hobbs. He took that job and now he's going to fucking WWE. So I hope. I like him. Again, good worth ethic. I think WWE sees that they're body people as well. So like I said, has just been shredded, looking great. So I think if barring big injuries and barring stuff, if things go well, I legitimately think he could be like a. Like, I'm not saying like the guy, like main eventer, but he could be in that top 20, like someone dependable and act, or he could just be another mid card guy. So I guess we'll have to see. But yeah, because no, I just remember Warhorse because he came with so much hype. But then like they signed Eddie, they signed Ricky, and they didn't sign Warhorse, and then yeah, that was it. So, but anything else we've missed? Anything else we've talked about or touched upon before we end this episode?
I'm trying to think. I think pretty much everything we've covered and just gone in all sorts of different directions.
Yeah, nothing. Like I said, we've not much in AEW right now. They're just kind of in their holding pattern because they don't got a PPV till March. Fucking man, I couldn't believe Kenny wrestles a match and then right after Don Callis' music hit last week. Obviously, we got him in Josh Alexander, which was good, and we're getting him in Andrade eventually at some point, which was
5
good.
years or 6 years.
Yeah, but like man, when that music hit, I was so bummed. It's like man, we 2 weeks of it, but yeah, we'll see. I think Knight and Swerve had a good match on the show and stuff, so I think they're just gonna be in a holder and pattern for a bit, and then we'll see. Because yeah, and next So I guess damn, I didn't announce at the beginning of the show that yeah, we will be. Plan is to go live for the Rumble next week right after, because Rumble is in the middle of the afternoon. It starts at like 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific or whatnot. So we should go being live relatively soon after that, and then and then GM mode will be on the 7th at 1:30 p.m. PST, and then after that I'm not sure what's after because Chamber is not till February, right? Is there like some Saturday Night's main event?
I think that's pretty much the next thing would be the Chamber.
2026, when is that? That is February 28th. So, okay, there'll definitely be an episode kind of in between there, but so probably like a predictions or something, so we'll see. So, yeah, stay tuned for either next week or when we do the GM mode, we'll keep more updates on that, or you can just subscribe and you get updates all the time. Thank you guys for joining me as always, and yeah, we'll be back next week for the Royal Rumble, which is always a fun show, and we promise you it'll not be boring.